Hey peeps, how's it going? And today we have the second installment of DS, or let me try that again. Above the Rim with DSA. Um, let's just hop into who we got for you guys today. We got Mr. Noble Sports in the building. How's it going?
What up, though?
We got the heart of the city, 313 JMO. How's it going, JMO?
What it do, baby?
And we might have Carl if he can hear us. Carl, can you hear us? He cannot hear us.
Well, you'll be in and
Yeah, I
out.
can't.
There.
I just the signal's just bad
Well, we'll
up
just
here.
pretend you're here having a
But
conversation with us, and we'll
hello,
we'll keep it going on.
hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, E Dog? What's up, Xavier Washington?
I
What's
can
up,
hear you.
Marcel84? What's up, Joey Kappas? What's up, Micro Mike? James Willis, the Big Take. What's up,
What
everybody?
up?
All right. All
Make
right.
sure you like the video. You know, another episode of Brothers Around with the DSA. We back, y'all. We back, y'all. As
We
always,
back.
for that basketball talk for y'all. What's good, everybody? What's up, Nathan? What's up, Owen? How y'all doing, man?
So we got 15 people in the chat right now. We got 16 likes. It's not a bad ratio. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not bad for starting out. Make sure you're going to share it so everyone else can join in. But this is the new time. No longer on Wednesdays. We are Mondays, 8 o'clock. I didn't get time to produce it or advertise it because I forgot all about it. Life's been pretty crazy.
Yeah. What's up, Devin99? What's up, J Third? What's up, D Williams? What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh Rex? What up, though?
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right, Jamma. What's the first topic for us today?
All right. The first topic is Bruce Brown. What do you think his potential is? How good do you think he's going to be? Do you think he's just a role player, or he could be a star? Because it seems like he's been playing solid, and it seems like our coaching staff is really, really high on him. What do you think of his potential? Basically, all of that.
Well, for me, I guess I'll start it out. The sky's the limit for him. We don't really know how good he's going to be. I think he can be a Marcus Smart for us at the very least, just be that spark plug for us. If he develops that jump shot, he's going to be really good because his defense, it's good. It still needs improvement, but he's probably one of our best perimeter defenders. With the additions of Tony Snell and Markieff Morris, it's going to help him out a little bit. But he's going against the players, other team's best guard, so that's always a kind of a big step forward in someone's career. You're always going to be able to be in the league. And if he develops his offensive game, he could be a potential borderline all star. One of those guys who makes it maybe every other year, not every year. Just one of those guys when your team wins 50 plus games and you're the first in your conference, he'll probably be one of those guys who sneaks in, kind of like the Atlanta Hawks had their whole team make it, how the '04 Pistons had everyone make it. He could be something like that. Um, that's pretty much the ceiling. But like I said, he could be our Marcus
So you
Smart.
saying his ceiling is what, like one All Star team?
What's that?
You saying his ceiling is like one All Star team?
No,
Maybe
possibly.
two, maybe
He
two.
said maybe two.
Okay.
I mean, it's nothing. It's not going to be crazy, but he's going to be the guy you want on your team. He could be a leader in years to come. There's going to be something good about him is he's going to improve every year. If he improves this
Yeah.
season, you're going to see him improve every year, and that's what you want in your players. And look at that, we've been live for what,
Well,
3 minutes, and we already got a super chat from 2K plays. I haven't forgot about you, 2K plays. How's it going?
What's
that's
up to the
Appreciate it.
players, man? Shout
what's
out to
up,
you. Thanks for
2K.
the donation, man.
All right, Noble, what do you think about Bruce Brown's future potential? What do you want him?
Wow.
What do you want to see from Bruce Brown?
First off, man, I gotta say, Bruce Brown played phenomenal in the summer league, man. Everything that you wanted to see out of Bruce Brown in the summer league, he was able to do it. And I think the transition of him being able to play both ways is something that the Pistons are definitely going to need, man. We know what he brings, his intangibles on defense. We know what he brings, but it's mainly is his offense that you really want to see him working on his 3-point shot, working on his ball handling ability, being able to play make. That's one thing that I see with Bruce Brown, because when I saw him in the summer league, this guy was making plays, and that's something that I would definitely want to see Bruce Brown do to continue on working on. And I think sky's is the limit for him, man. Because he's out of the young guys, he's getting the most playing time. He got the opportunity to get a lot of starts last season, and he was great with defense, man. But the only thing I could say with Bruce is working on his offense, working on his ball handling ability, and being able to play make, man, is going to carry him a long way in the NBA. So I think those are some of the attributes that he needs to bring to the table if the Pistons are to start going further in the postseason.
Okay. We got some questions in the chat. Who's starting first, Luke or Bruce? Well, I prefer Luke to start, but I don't know what the Pistons are going to do. And I don't even want to think about it. It's kind of stressful. But with Bruce Brown, I think he get his ceiling is maybe a couple all-star teams, some all-defensive teams. But I think he's just one of those players, like at his best, he'll be shooting 35% from three. I don't think he's a shooter, and I don't think he's going to develop that. But this is a kid who was, dropping 30 on Kentucky and Duke and was going to be a lottery pick and then got injured, had to stay in college longer. And now he's here where he's at now. So we'll see what he can do. But I think he's one of those starting point guards that just starts for defense. Your Avery Bradleys, your Patrick Beverleys, your Marcus Smart type guys. They can start as point guards, but for defense or start as a shooting guard, regardless, start as a guard basically just because they play defense and his passing skills are good enough to and they'll improve, but they're good enough to keep him along the way. He can slash and he's athletic, so he can survive with those things. But it's yet to be seen because I don't know if he reached his ceiling or he's just on the cups or something. I would have to see another year, but he could start. But I just don't think you put him in over a player like Luke though, or like a JJ Redick type.
Right.
I think
I don't think you trade his defense for offense defense. It depends on the player.
They'll him and Luke will interchange
and Luke
starting.
is a shooter,
man.
Mm-hmm.
I like Luke for floor spacing. I want Luke to start, but I think Dwayne Casey's going to play or start Bruce Brown depending on a matchup. So when we play guys like Bradley Beal, when we play the Warriors, you'll probably see people along those caliber of players. You'll see Bruce Brown start to guard them.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, or indifferent.
But see, he should bench Reggie and not Luke.
Hey,
Luke is the one that can't lead the lineup because I watched Philly start JJ Redick no matter who the matchup is.
Yeah.
So you bench Reggie then. Like he's a worse defender than Luke.
I think
Reggie Jackson was literally, if you guys don't know, Reggie Jackson did have a okay season last year, but he was the worst defensive point guard in the NBA last year. So look, Luke ain't as bad as Reggie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If anything, you put Reggie because Luke can score all the points and he can play make.
So you pretty much saying that Luke should be the two guard. He should be the starting two guard.
What'd you say?
Luke should be the starting two guard.
Most definitely, but that's another conversation. J3 said, I like Bruce off the bench to set the defensive tone. I do as well. Do you think we should trade Luke if he does bad next year? I would say no. It depends on what's bad. I mean, if bad would have to literally be like 6 points a game. If he does that, we might trade him. But I know what he's going to do bad next year. He at least gonna be better than he was the last 2 years. It's just he's got better. But Reggie gonna have a bounce back year. What is that even supposed to mean?
Yeah, that's good. that's a good thing.
But I just have a question for all of the Pistons fans. What is that gonna do for us? Where is it gonna propel us? Like, how are we gonna win?
For what?
Like Reggie's gonna have a bounce back year. I expect him to play with my stand. See, that's the thing. Y'all standard for him is a little bit too low.
Well, with Reggie, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Noble. It's my show. I'll let you go.
Basically, like with Reggie, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a different Reggie this year because he's gonna play with a lot of more intensity and because Reggie already knows that minutes can be taken away. And when you got a guy like Derrick Rose,
you think he really knows that though?
Yeah, he knows that. I don't think
so.
He's gonna go out there and play with fear. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be fearless out there, man, because he know that Derrick Rose is right behind him. and one slip up, you know what I'm saying, you can find yourself, you know what I'm saying, on the bench. So I think he
I
knows
think
that.
Reggie playing great like he did after All-Star break or not. Every year people say Reggie's gonna do this and Reggie's gonna do that, and all of a sudden he always he finds a way to be the same Reggie. Like no matter what.
So you say Reggie never no matter how you praise him.
I told people I like Reggie a lot, but I just think he like a six man. That's all.
Yeah, I think Reggie is better coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? I think
it's just like when he your starting point guard, it's different. It's like if Eric Gordon was your starting point guard.
Yeah,
we love Eric Gordon. We know he can ball.
He can ball,
but
right?
Do you want him being your starting point guard?
Here's the thing about Eric Bledsoe.
Same thing. I mean, Lou Williams can ball way better than Reggie, but do you want him being your starting point guard? You might want him to start just cause, but you know what I'm saying?
The thing about all those guys that you named, though, they put pressure on the defense to guard them. And the way that they've used Reggie Jackson, however you want to word it, it doesn't work because pretty much all we did last season was put the ball in Blake's hand. And if Blake wasn't scoring, we weren't winning. If they would give other players, I'm not even saying it has to be Reggie Jackson, but you've seen it with like Ish Smith came into the ball game, the tempo increased. They took the pressure off of Blake, and they couldn't just double team Blake Griffin because we had playmakers out there. So even if you don't use Reggie Jackson, whoever the replacement for him is going to be, you have to let them have the opportunity. So say you're going to use Derrick Rose, you can't use the same offense you used last season. It's not going to work because you're going to rely on too much on Blake Griffin, and he's going to get hurt again. So even if Reggie's staying, you have to incorporate the pick and roll. It's what Andre Drummond's going to flourish in. Andre could average 20 points a game and 17 rebounds.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So whoever that point guard is going to be, that's what you're going to have to do. And if you use Reggie Jackson,
that was by necessity, man. Because after Ish Smith got hurt, then we had to play. Blake Griffin had to really do everything. We didn't have any more help. And we didn't even win any of those games. Reggie Jackson, we needed him to score the ball.
Why were we using Jose Calderon though? We had Kyrie Thomas.
Yeah, you know Dwayne. I told y'all Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, Jose was getting
y'all give him a pass for all the horrible coaching decisions he made last year. But told you Dwayne Casey should have started Luke Kennard, but we let that go. We Zaza Pachulia should never see the court. You better off getting somebody in the G League. I'm dead serious. Jose should never see the court.
Right.
Galloway, way too many minutes. Like just
and see,
Dwayne Casey, man, you got a lot to live up to. That's all I'm gonna say. But I do think the team is different now, though, because if you start Bruce Brown, I think we're gonna have some of the same problems. Because the small forward, everyone wants it to be Tony Snell. Y'all gonna rue the day that y'all said that, but it's cool. I'm riding with Sekou. When Sekou is superstar, I'm be like, yo, who was right? But it's cool. Y'all want Tony Snell. Even he is some sort of a 3-point threat, and he can play some defense, and he gives us a scoring option that we really didn't have at small forward because Stanley couldn't shoot at all. Reggie Bullock couldn't play no defense and couldn't make layups. So, and then it's gonna be different now. So you have Luke and a Tony Snell. That's two shooters. So Blake doesn't have to do everything, and Andre can score more. But I just don't know how does this starting lineup fit around Reggie? It just doesn't.
No, it needs to
He's
fit
not
around
that
Blake
kind of player.
The thing with Reggie though was his ankle injury. Before that, the team was different. You had Tobias Harris, you had Marcus Morris, you had KCP and Drummond out there with them. Outside of Drummond, everyone else could shoot. So that's what really made their pick and roll style offense work. I think everyone in the starting five averaged 13 or more points, if I'm not mistaken. They all averaged double figures at that time. And the offense was way smoother than what it was now. The problem being is you don't have enough floor spacing with the two big men down low. Blake had an incredible year shooting threes.
Mm-hmm.
Career high. That's going to be terrific in making this Andre Drummond Blake Griffin thing work. But when you had guys, Bruce Brown, who couldn't shoot a lick, Reggie Jackson, who at times was inconsistent. When you had Reggie Bullock, who would have games where he's on fire or couldn't hit water when he fell out of boat, you're not going to win games that way. I think the Pistons have done a very terrific job bringing in 3-and-D guys. You brought in Markieff. You can incorporate him with Andre Drummond or Blake Griffin, whoever you want to take out, because he can play center. You can bring in Tony Snell. You can start Tony Snell. You can bring in Sekou. You can start Sekou. I think everyone on this team right now could be
Sekou
incorporated
can
in the
shoot
starting
too.
five, or they can come off the
Yeah.
bench and not only contribute, but give us floor spacing and what we drastically need. Right now, Andre Drummond's the worst 3-point shooter on the team, the way it should be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
even
but the
now, he's
thing with
starting to shoot threes.
Reggie is that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of when I look at like our best types of lineups, it's kind of hard to see him fit because he needs to be around a different kind of team. Just the way that he operates, he needs to dribble the ball and he needs to be able to do what he does because people like Sekou and Luke and Svi and Brew, like all these people can dribble, they can play make and they can do their own thing too. So you can't just be dribbling the air out the ball when you got five other people who can ball handle. You know what I'm saying? How does Reggie, a guy who dribbles a lot, do something like that? And we seen Derrick Rose. I mean, throughout his whole career, I don't care how many assists he averaged, like the actual number totals. We've seen him actually be a point guard and do some of the craziest passes ever. So we know he can do that. That's why it can work better. I just think like I don't know. I don't know about Ray. I just don't know how it's gonna work with the team because the way that we use him, the kind of player that he is, it's just like Derrick Rose fits better. If he played up to his potential, he'll fit better. Like I said, I would rather start Bruce Brown and just have Luke and Bruce Brown and Blake play point guard.
I'm looking,
and then you get Bruce Brown's defense, all the scoring that Reggie would give you, you're gonna get from Luke Kennard.
I'm looking at the stat right now in points in transition. We only averaged 15.1 points in transition, and I don't remember what's the stat.
Oh, with Sekou, that's gonna go way up.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what our offense needs to be is running in transition. We have a ton of young guys. Even Blake Griffin now is still effective in transition, even though he's not the same Blake Griffin that we had in Lob City. But why aren't we running in transition? That's kind of embarrassing to only have 15 points in transition.
Yeah, that's
Reggie
not
Jackson needs.
That's horrible. Like, and see, that's on man. You can't tell me that don't got nothing to do with the point guard. You can't tell me that.
And you don't want Blake Griffin having them do all the plays, make all the plays. You know what I mean? You don't want him to have the ball in his hands all the time, even though you know he has that ability to make plays. You want somebody else to be out there to make the plays. So when you got a guy like Derrick Rose out on the floor, you want to get that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get another guy.
Yeah,
that
but
can
you
play
know my
make.
thing was about Blake. I didn't want him to have the ball that much, but it was like if he doesn't have the ball that much, are we gonna do any better? That's how bad the team looked.
Well, hopefully you should.
Like when everybody else finally got their shot, they couldn't do anything with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke Kennard was injured, and then up and down, So and then Bruce Brown was Bruce Brown. Don Maker was I show up once every 8 games. So
and that's the biggest thing. The type of guys, the players that you want on your team is the type of players that you want to be able to make plays. I think a lot of teams, when they get to the playoffs, that's what they find out when they start struggling, because you got a lot of guys out there that can't get their own shot off. And that's, what I'm saying, with the Pistons, you want guys out there that can get their shot off.
Sekou can create his own shot. He got to work a little bit better, but he definitely can. Luke Kennard definitely can.
Right.
So Blake can. Dre can, depending on the situation.
Yeah, the many playmakers you got out on the floor is going to be better for the Pistons.
Derrick Rose can I want Derrick Rose to start, man. People think he's just gonna get hurt. I'm like, look, man, you just play him 23 minutes a game.
Yeah, about 20, 25.
Like play him the first 5 minutes of that first, let him sit, then play him in the fourth. That's all.
Hey, so Drew, would you want to see Reggie come off the bench?
I mean, if it fit better, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I got my other stream thing popping. I'm just playing my intro. This bugging me. All right, I'm sorry. I don't know, because I think for Derrick Rose's sake, Derrick Rose would have the ball a lot more in his hands and be given a lot more opportunity off the bench. I think he'd be more effective that way. I think, whoever the starting point guard is going to defer to Blake Griffin, because really it's Blake Griffin's team. He's going to get all the touches still. For Reggie, I'm not sure, because like I said in previous videos and live streams, what they did with Reggie Jackson last year, they didn't keep him in late in the second half or at the fourth quarter, they brought Ish Smith in because Ish could push the pace and change the tempo of it. And it cost us at some point in time. We didn't have that guy to help take pressure off of Blake and Drummond. It was Blake or bust. And now that you have Derrick Rose in there, it's going to be Derrick Rose time. I don't know what happened to Reggie Jackson, but he's not Mr. Fourth Quarter right now. And I think part of that is due to the ankle injury. He hasn't been the same Reggie he was in 2015, 2016. And really, that's the only time that he has shown us to be good, is that 1 year. And we've been waiting for that Reggie to come back out, and he hasn't yet.
Right.
The problem with that is mentally.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to come back from those rolled ankles, just from thinking about it all the time and not wanting to re-injure it.
Right.
He looks like he's healthy now.
We got 38 people in the chat. Make sure you like the video. Making all kinds of game. Mackenzie agrees with D Rose, Luke Seiko, Griffin, and Drummond starting. What's up, Buffed Up?
Now I want to put this out on the table about Drummond because I did do a video on Drummond. So when you guys get a chance, make sure you watch that video on Andre Drummond on Noble Sports Entertainment. But I want to talk about Dre for a minute because the biggest thing is that you're seeing Dre put out all these tapes, and a lot of people are saying, okay, Dre is out there working on his jump shot. He's out there working on 3-pointers, but what about his post game? What is he doing in the post? And I'm not saying that the man is not working on his post game because we don't know. We don't see the full repertoire of what these guys do. You know what I'm saying? We just see him shooting jump shots and things of that nature, but he could be working on his post game. And but with Dre, the biggest thing with him is I've always said this about Andre Drummond. If he gives that effort on defense like he does on offense, the sky's is the limit, man, because Dre is still young. Dre is only 25 years old?
Yes, sir.
So Dre still got an opportunity to do some amazing things for the Pistons. And I look at it like this. You don't want to lose. I know a lot of people say trade Drummond and stuff like that. You don't want to. How many centers out there is decent like Andre Drummond? Is not that many out there. It's not too many guys out there that can do what Drummond brings to the table. And that's double-doubles just about every night. He's a double-double machine. So it's not too many. It's not too many guys out there that bring that intangible to the game like Dre does, leading the league in rebounds just about every year. But we know that he got holes in his game, just like every player. Every player has a weakness. And yes, he should be working on his post moves and things of that nature. But I'm saying also, not only should he be working on his post moves, he also need to be working before he goes out to the 3-point line. He should be working on a 10, 15-foot jump shot. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. You gave us a lot to work with right there.
Yeah.
Let's just touch it one by one here. If you're Andre Drummond and everyone's expecting you to have a post game, why would you show your competition that you're working on it? So that way they can see your move. Because a lot of what you're going to do in the post is a lot of footwork. If you go back and watch the greatest big men of all time, they have incredible footwork. And you can kind of learn their moves by watching them. A lot of people incorporated their moves as they got on. Like Kevin Garnett took a lot from the Dream.
Yeah, that was my guy. Hakeem Olajuwon was like one of my favorite players.
I mean, Karl Malone's another one. And they took all those moves and they incorporated and made up their own. Yeah. So when you're working with these guys, what Drummond has worked out with KG last season, why would you show these people your moves? It's kind of like what I want to say. It's like a Patriot thing. You don't really want to show everyone what you're going to fully do. So when you go and you start shooting threes, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, when you play somebody, they're going to be like, okay, if he's out there on the perimeter, he's just going to shoot threes. He might not even shoot it. That just might be a decoy to think he's not really working to improve his game. That's my thought. I think that the 3-point shot he's doing necessarily isn't a right now to his game. It's going to be a career longevity move. It took Blake Griffin a long time to incorporate that. And now that he's got it, he can stay in the league for a much longer time than what he could have been. If Blake Griffin does not incorporate that jump shot as early as he did, he's probably out of the league because of all the injuries, because he's not as athletic as he used to be.
And that's true, Drew, that you said that, because the number one thing with Blake Griffin is when he came into the league, he was nothing but they just say he was nothing but a high flyer or a human highlight film. He was always dunking all the time. Yeah. And all he did was dunks and all this type of stuff. But he worked on his game. He started going out from shooting inside to working on that 10 to 15, 18-foot jump shot Blake did. And then he started finally knocking down threes. and now he can do it. You know what I'm saying? He could do it smoothly now.
I don't want to feel like the resident, Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Hater type person, but
Go ahead, Stephen.
Andre, man, look, I don't mind keeping him. I like his value, but if we could get something nice for him, I would move him just because of his contract. Are you really about to give him a max or a super max contract? Like,
what other
I
big?
just don't know about.
So what are you giving up? What are you giving up for Drummond then if you're trading him?
No, it depends on who wants them and what they willing to give up. That's what I'm saying. Especially if it's like All-Star break or something, and we hovering at an 8 seed, barely trying to fight in. They might just say forget it, and let's go a different route.
I think that's going to be the deciding factor on what trades we make. Is where we're going to be at trade deadline. That's going to determine if we trade Reggie Jackson, if we're going to trade Drummond. Until we see where we are.
I don't mind getting rid of him if we can get something good, man.
I don't have anyone's touchable if you get equal value or something better in return.
Sekou the only untouchable.
Okay, now in the chat,
like Kelly Olynyk, it's just garbage.
In the chat, Christian Smith says Dre for Cousin. I think Cousin would be a better fit with Blake. Plus, he's cheaper and has more game.
Well, so would you do Boogie's on a 1-year deal, so we don't have to trade him. For 2, if we traded him, I'm not just taking Cousins. But so I mean, I'll take Boogie, but I don't know if he's a better fit. But I would take. I don't.
Well, Boogie got a whole repertoire though. He don't
play no defense though.
See that's
if
what
Blake
I'm saying.
Is still here. If you ain't traded Blake, see what I want the Pistons to do is, man.
See, that's
I love this front court stuff, man. I love old school, but y'all need to trade this front court for all-star back court and some wing players. That's what y'all need to do. If y'all want to go that route. I don't
think that's the way to go, though. I just don't think that
point guards and wing players run the NBA. What are you talking about?
No. I know they do, but I'm saying I just don't think. But you also need
Are
somebody.
we going to win a championship with an all-star front court?
No, I'm not saying that. Check me out.
All right, then you have to move them at some point in time.
So if I'm moving Drummond, what other player out there is going to do with Drummond replace Andre Drummond's production? You tell me.
I don't have to have him do that. What if I want him to just give me a double-double?
Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it consistently like Dre do? Give me a player.
What are you talking about? Dre doesn't shoot threes.
No. I ain't talking about threes. I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. It's about if you telling me I get a center that gives me a double-double and I got Bradley Beal on the team. I don't care what Dre is doing.
But I'm saying who's going to give you that? If you're trading Drummond and replacing him,
I just answered you 3 times. It depends on what you need his replacement to do. And if you have some other player on top of that, you don't need what Drummond will give you. If you have a Bradley Beal or somebody like a Devin Booker, just somebody that's a good player, because you got rid of Drummond, you don't need his production.
So what you think about that, Drew?
I mean, I see Jamal's point. My thing being with Drummond is he's a different style center than what everyone else is. He is a top 4 or 5 center in the league. He is the only person in the league to be top 10 in steals and blocks. He averaged 16.5, 17 rebounds, and like 17 points. It's not flashy. It doesn't really catch anyone's eye, but what he's doing is insane. And if you can incorporate a player, like I see Bradley Beal in the chat, if you can incorporate that into the big 3, then it's going to work. Drummond and Blake need a real point guard. If you give him a real point guard,
all of those stats for Drummond, but nobody cares. I read what E-Dog 1234 say. He says you don't need dominant bigs in the league anymore. You don't. Because why is all wasn't this like his best season? He didn't make the All-Star team. 2K comes out, all his ratings are down. I'm like, it's like they saying he got worse, but he didn't. And it's just like it just doesn't have value when you're a center and you can't shoot the ball or do something else at least, because you got to be, because Rudy Gobert doesn't have that much of offensive game, but defensively he has such an impact. That's why, in the playoffs, Clint Capella and Steven Adams, they become kind of useless because they can't really do that much. And it hurts the team. These teams with these center, they don't succeed like that. That's why you got to have a Marc Gasol that can go out and shoot that three.
If you
Okay, so you got Drummond. You got Drummond right now working on that right now.
Like if I could get Marc Gasol and Siakam, shoot, man, and probably some in the draft pick or something. That would be nice.
But Gasol's injury.
So you would take that for Drummond?
What'd you say?
You would take that for Drummond?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was just starting to like you, JMO.
Hey, man, I told y'all, man, I'm not attached to Andre Drummond like the rest of these fans, man.
No,
I
like
think
the fan base is
all of them numbers, like he gets 17 so why doesn't he don't have nothing to show for these rebounds and these points?
In his defense, he doesn't get any play calls for him. We played 86 games last year, and he had 0 plays called for him, and averaged 17. That's pretty incredible.
But why don't you get plays called for you?
Because Dwayne Casey's a moron.
No, because sometimes you gotta demand that, and sometimes you gotta have the basketball skills to demand that. Well, if he had a post game, we call him plays for Drummond.
But he's a pick and roll center. That's what he needs, and they did not run.
Be more than just a pick and roll center.
Okay, but for right now, though, that is what he is.
That's what he does.
Acceptable in. And when you
that's what I'm saying. That when you ask me, that's why I'm saying I'm not that attached to Drummond. He's a pick and roll center. That's one of the greatest rebounders ever. We can give him that. But what else are you? The league is different. The league, man, DeMarcus Cousins almost was out the league just because of the way that the league has changed. And we know how good he was before injury. So the league is different now.
But are you trying to tell me if Andre Drummond goes to somewhere like Boston, where they have a legit point guard and they have a good system where centers are going to thrive, that he wouldn't be good? If you put him on the Houston Rockets last year with James Harden and CP3, he's blowing up. He doesn't have that.
I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that, Drew. I agree with that.
We don't really have a playmaker that gives him the ball. Blake Griffin played very well. He's a good point forward. But Ish Smith and Reggie Jackson weren't cutting it for us. Dre never got his opportunities for what he needed to.
Like I said, I'm not that attached to him. I would trade him and get a guard, a star guard.
No, it's not.
Guards run the NBA now.
Yeah, they do. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but
I would trade him for a star guard if that was on the table. I mean, like I said, I don't have to trade him, but if it's on the table, I'm taking it.
Okay, look, let's do it like this, then, JMO. Let's trade.
Chat. If you got 49 people in the chat, make sure you like the video. The chat is split on liking Drummond and wanting him to leave, and liking Drummond and wanting him to leave. They split down the middle. I'm just saying.
I told you.
Okay, hold on.
I like Andre Drummond. It's just like I don't mind moving on from him.
Let me make my point, JMO. Let's take this scenario. We trade Drummond to the Golden State Warriors for Willie Cauley-Stein. Would you be okay with that? And let Drummond.
What else am I getting?
Am
I getting D'Lo?
No, you ain't getting nothing else. Let's just swap for player for player.
No.
Why?
Drummond is better than Willie Cauley-Stein.
You know that, and if you get Drummond on Golden State, you got a different Drummond out there.
But the trade's not going through. You playing with Steph Curry, the greatest point guard of the generation. So I don't want to hear it.
No, but
Drummond,
you want to hear
Drummond for Willie Cauley-Stein. What are you talking about? That makes no sense.
No, what do you mean it doesn't make no sense? I'm saying let's do it.
That's not an even trade. I need to. If you give me D'Angelo Russell.
How is it not an even trade? He's a 7-footer, and my man is a 7-footer. So why not?
So wait. So is LeBron James for Stanley Johnson an even trade?
Come on, man.
That's basically what you're saying right now. You sounding crazy.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
How could you trade Drummond for Willie Cauley-Stein? Like, give me D'Angelo Russell. What are you talking about? That's not an even trade.
But that's what I'm saying. You want something else to go with that. Why we just can't swap player for player? If Drummond,
because he's better. That's like, would you trade Drummond for Rudy Gobert? No.
No, I'm just saying if Drummond
compare him up against a top center. Don't compare him against a guy that could be a role player at best. Come on.
No,
compare him against Al Horford. Compare him against Joel Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns and Jokic. Are you trading Drummond for those players? Why you bring up Willie Cauley-Stein? Come on, he's garbage.
It doesn't matter. He's a starting center.
He's one of the worst.
Why do you? That's what I'm saying.
Like, you have to give me D'Lo.
But you're not understanding what Drew is saying. Drew is saying, like, if you put him on,
I'm not understanding what Drew is saying. Drew ain't saying that.
Man, You
I'm
ain't
sitting
said
back
nothing.
with my popcorn and enjoying this drama, man.
Like, he just
I'm
said
saying-
trade Drummond for Willie Cauley-Stein.
I'm just talking. I'm just saying to you. I'm saying, okay, if Drummond is that his value is not that we don't really need him, then just trade him from Willie Cauley-Stein.
I didn't say that though. I said Drummond.
know
I
you
just
didn't
said
say
trade
that.
him
Are
for
you
a
listening to
star
what I'm
guard, and now
saying?
you
I
trying
know
to
you
give me
didn't say
Willie
that.
Cauley-Stein.
Are you listening to what I'm saying? I know you ain't say that. You ain't listening. You talking too much.
You just said trade Drummond for Willie Cauley-Stein.
This. I know what I said, but I'm saying it in case I'm saying like if you pretty much saying that Drummond has no value, then just trade him for Willie Cauley-Stein. If he got
So
no
you
value.
said if I'm pretty much
I
saying,
already know what type of player
I
Willie
just said that
Cauley-Stein
I
is.
didn't say that.
I already know what type of player he is.
But you said if I'm
But
saying,
if
I'm
Drummond
just saying
don't
I
got no
didn't say that.
value, then just
I
trade him
said
straight
trade
up.
him for a star.
Right, but you want something to go with it. Why we can't
Willie
just trade him
Cauley-Stein
straight
ain't
up?
the star. You gotta
See,
put
that's
the
what I'm
star
saying.
with it.
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
What are you talking about, Drew?
All right, let's
Bro,
jump on the
I don't know
All
what
right.
this man talking
Let me
about.
try to solve it. Okay? Because I understand both
Trade
your
Drummond
points.
for Willie Cauley-Stein. I don't
But
understand.
you
First
know
things
what I'm
first.
saying,
First
J-Ball.
things first. Shout out to the Big Take. Follow him on Instagram and check his YouTube out. He's just started making YouTube videos. They're pretty good for starting out. So go check him out. He's right there in the chat. Let me try to help
What's
Noble
up,
out here.
Bad Star Win? Lou G in the building.
Let me try
Hey,
to
we
help.
got
Let me try
50
to help
people in
Noble.
the chat. Make sure you guys like the video.
So
What's up, guys?
here's the thing, man. When we talk about Matthew Stafford, we talk about he doesn't have enough help or didn't have enough help in the past to be effective. And he had all the talent in the world to be good. And when you give him just at the minimum average talent, average coaching, he makes the playoffs and he has career high numbers. And that's the exact same thing with Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond had
No.
Yes. Hold on, let me finish. I gave you time to talk. Andre Drummond has never had that caliber point guard to give him the ball. You look at all the big men throughout NBA history who were successful, all had a good quality above average point guard. Some of them were some of the best point guards to ever play. Some of them were just average, but they all thrived with point guards. You look at Tim Duncan in San Antonio. I mean, he had Tony Parker, and Tony Parker wasn't anything phenomenal, but he was a great playmaker and helped make Tim Duncan even better than what he was. They had a great system for Tim Duncan to thrive in. He also had another year or two with David Robinson to learn from David Robinson when he was a rookie, and they won one together. Andre Drummond's best player he's ever played with is Blake Griffin. When he first came in the league, he had Greg Monroe. It did not work out for floor spacing. Josh Smith hurt the team and hurt the chemistry. Will Bynum at the time was the best playmaking guard for Andre Drummond. And, when we got Jennings, it worked out kind of, but it was up and down. It was rocky. And then when he got hurt, we brought in Reggie, and then Drummond did make the All-Star game, I believe, the year afterwards. And that was the best year that Reggie's had. Ever since then, it's been downhill. We trade for Blake Griffin, and that is the best player that Andre's ever had to play with. He has not had a good supporting cast. Look at our bench last year. We talk about how bad this team was without Blake Griffin. Andre Drummond has been here longer than Blake. Andre has had that same team with different teammates his entire career. He has not had help. He is not LeBron James. He's not Kobe Bryant. He is not Michael Jordan. He needs help, and he's not getting it. If I'm Drummond, I'm leaving Detroit because they have yet to put around me.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
That was a lot. First of all, I don't think you should talk Detroit Lions anymore, disrespecting Matthew Stafford like that.
I'm a Stafford fan. That's my point. I was defending Stafford.
No, you can't compare Drummond to Stafford. You'd be better off comparing somebody like Blake to Stafford, to be honest. But because Drummond, Stafford has fourth quarter comebacks. He's playing with parts of his body broken and throwing touchdowns to win games. He's not going into playoffs and then cowering out and not playing up the par. Instead, he's throwing 45 passes with a broken finger and they're accurate, but we got 7 drop passes in the game. You can't really compare it like that. And I don't know why Drummond is seen as some superstars if he has to be surrounded by all of this amazing talent to be successful. He's a really good player.
He's not.
But I would move him for another star.
It's a different I guess the math is
Stafford is literally carried teams. Drummond hasn't carried anything.
The thing about it though, man, is Drummond never has the ball in his hands, and that's a problem to me. If he is supposed to be this player, why is he not having the ball?
But how good do you think he can be? That's what I'm saying.
He could be good. Dude, look at this. Look at the size.
Like, because if you can't shoot the basketball, you're not going to be one of these superstar centers.
You don't need to shoot the ball. I'm telling you right now,
I feel like if you can't shoot the basketball, you're not going to be a superstar.
I'm telling you right now, if someone like Shaq came in the league right now, it's over with. Right. No one would stop him. They're all different. You know, these guys, like I keep saying it, Joel Embiid needs to be in the post more. He steals way more for outside shots. He could average 30 points a game if he would keep his back to the basket.
Well, Joel Embiid's real problem is health. It's not. That's the real problem.
Yeah, but someone like
all that other
should
stuff
be the guy of the league.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying, though, Drew. I get what you're saying. Like, if he went down in the post more, he would be killing these guys.
How come?
Yeah, but you can't do that when you're playing with Ben. You can't do that when you're playing with Ben Simmons. Joel Embiid is playing with the wrong player.
Do against us. You know, Drummond has his way with people like Karl Anthony Towns. You know, they're not as big as him. They're taller, but they're not as big body wise. Drummond could be a bully if he'd applied himself. That is the problem with him. He needs to apply himself. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying.
I want to say when is Drummond gonna start to be to blame for some of the issues?
He's not perfect. I know he's not perfect.
Because I heard all of this, the whole soliloquy you said about him not having a point guard, but we literally been bashing Reggie Jackson for the last 4 years. This is something we know.
But look at
not something that we've been happy with. This is something that's known. This is why Reggie Jackson should have been a starting point guard.
Was Ben Wallace a great offensive player?
No.
What Chauncey Billups did for Big Ben was look to get him an easy layup or a dunk to get him incorporated in the offense right off the bat. And by doing so, that engaged Ben Wallace to be involved in the offense a little bit more.
Xavier Washington, of course not. What are you talking about?
I was making a point, dude.
I know you talking to somebody in the chat.
Yeah, he talking about trading Drummond for Nerlens Noel. What's wrong with you?
Oh.
Yeah, I know what he's saying.
It's after 5 o'clock. It's happy hour. Let him be.
Okay, but yeah. So okay. Like I'm just saying, if you did a straight up trade, you grab somebody like, okay, switch Drummond, put him on Houston, grab Clinton Capella. You know, Clinton Capella has he catches lobs and things of that nature, and he doesn't have a lot of offense to his game either, but he does well at what he does. And I think what it is with Drummond is that a lot of people are just used to Drummond just being Drummond, and he, you know what I'm saying? It's like he does this all the time, getting doubles and going crazy and everything like that. But at the same time, Drummond, he definitely needs to work on his 10 to 15 foot jump shot and then go out to the 3-point before he's going out, shooting threes.
There's one thing I do want to say before we move on. This is Drummond's problem. And I'm thinking about it compared to all these other guys. And I ain't talking about a guy like Karl Anthony Towns because we know what Drummond does to him. But he's not, for a big man that can't shoot, he's not dominant enough on the defensive end. Even, we know he plays good defense at times, but I mean, like, you're not attacking the rim with Clint Capella standing right there. And if you do, you know what's going to happen. Or Rudy Gobert, or even Joel Embiid when he's healthy, protecting the rim. And a lot of these other centers that some fans would prefer over the guys, even if you wanted to Steven out, a lot of these guys they're better on the defensive end of the court.
Yeah.
And that's really the problem. Like, they're dominant on the defensive end of the court. Like, right. I mean, even Jarrett Allen is an amazing rim protector. And Mitchell Robinson, like, these guys, they don't get plays called and they got lobs and dunks. They depended on the same things, but they do contribute on the defensive end. And that's what, if you're not going to, you get the rebounds, but, you got to play better defense sometimes.
It's kind of hard to say he plays bad defense when he's top 10 in block and steals. The problem with his defense is the perimeter.
I said the impact.
He does have impact on it, though. When they play
where are we ranked in defense?
I don't know. It's not. Man. You can't rank a team's defense on one player. Defense basketball is a team effort. One guy's
but sometimes when you're dominant defensively, one player changes a team's defense.
Okay, but when you have, like you said, Reggie Jackson was the worst defending point guard in the league last year.
That was fast.
Everyone blew past him. So I mean, you might block it twice, which he averaged 1.5, 2 blocks a game last year. Then the rest more fouls because you get tired. It happens.
Right.
You could put Clint Capella in that spot, and Clint Capella could get 2 blocks a game, but he's going to foul just as much because every single time on that possession, the guard's blowing past Reggie. Bruce Brown was the only semi-decent defender that we had, and they put him on the best player, and they drove past him because he was guarding guys like James Harden.
I do want to ask you: would you trade Drummond for Willie Cauley-Stein and D'Lo, and maybe a first, maybe?
That's tempting. I want D'Lo here.
If you give me Willie Cauley, D'Lo, and Blake, I don't know, man. That's kind of hard.
Are we getting the first, or are they getting a first?
I don't think. No, I think we would get the first, but I don't know if they will give us the first. They might just trade D'Lo.
I take it.
They might just trade because think of I mean, I know we were talking about it earlier, but if you put Drummond with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, it's gonna be
it's over.
It's gonna be over.
It's gonna be a nightmare.
But see, that's the thing though. Who is he playing with? I mean, we know Steph isn't a passer, but he's gonna get you the ball. Draymond for sure is gonna get you the ball. Klay is gonna get you the ball, and he's not gonna be getting double teamed anymore. That's gonna end. He's gonna get all them rebounds. Then we get D'Lo and Willie Cauley, and if we want to trade Blake for some young wing or something, rebuild.
Well, the thing
we don't even have to rebuild as long as we trade Blake for some young wing that can play.
And that's because they would have to respect Klay and Curry shot.
Yeah, Dre would have 1-on-1 all day.
Well, the thing that would make that work the best is when the people play the Warriors, they usually play small ball. So Drummond would just dominate. He could average 20 rebounds a game there, no problem.
Oh man, because they shoot so many threes. Yeah. I can imagine how many rebounds Drummond would average.
Melvin Drew said 313 J-Mo. The correct trade, I think, will be for Steven Adams. That will be sufficient to your argument adding a skilled player. Well, I don't agree with. I'm not trading Drummond for Steven Adams. I like Steven Adams, but
Steven Adams is a good, very, very good defender.
I like Steven Adams, but I don't like him more than Drummond. That's just how I feel. Let's see, unlimited shots for Steph and Klay. Yeah, because he had like 85 rebounds a game.
Now, if you said somebody like what's the
guy?
Man,
I like Drummond over Steven Adams. Like Steven Adams ain't giving you 17 and 20. Or 20 and 17, or 18 and 18. He's not a scorer like Drummond.
Right. That's
like all his shots are set up by Westbrook because it has to be. Like I might take Capella. I like Capella a lot, but or Gobert, but it's not that many. Like just like you were saying, and if we consider Jokic a center, then just like you're saying, he's like the fourth or fifth best center. So you got like Embiid, Gobert, Jokic, Capella, then I probably put Andre after that.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like Drummond, I feel like the weakest part of his game is his intensity on defense. Like if he had the intensity of Clinton Capella on defense, because Capella is not an offensive guy. He just catch lobs and layups around the basket. He's not an offensive guy like Drummond is. So if Dre had that Clinton Capella type defense, he would be really, really nice because
Melvin Drew said I'm crazy because Drummond don't got. Hey man, I don't care if Drummond is soft. Like he's still giving you 17 and 20. Steven Adams was averaging like what 10 points a game, 8 points a game.
Yeah,
like come on.
Yeah,
and
Drummond is a beast,
I would take Capella. Why? Because Capella is active. He protects the rim better, and he's a little bit better than Steven Adams to me. To me, he's a better version of Steven Adams. He doesn't have He don't have them mid-range hooks because Steve Adams got some nice mid-range hooks.
Yeah.
But,
so
Drummond needs to develop a nasty streak, period. Hey, let's hope he get it done.
Yeah, let's hope we do it this season.
Let's see. The next topic. You ready, Drew?
Whatever you are. You made them. You gotta talk about them.
Anyway, so we talking to the whole chat. Let me know what you think. This is early on because we don't know what else can happen with the Pistons. So unless something drastic doesn't happen, what is your early record prediction or at least win total? How many wins you think we're gonna have?
Mm.
And I just wanted to talk about that. See how many wins we have us at now, because we was at 41. So are we
Okay.
going to be better? Are we going to be worse? Because Vegas, and not just Vegas, they got us at like 37 wins. I'm like, y'all really think we gonna win 37
that's like
games?
a
Like we
major
can't
drop
even
off.
win 40 games?
Right. That's a drop off.
I'm like, really? Like, so you telling me we added to Sekou? Blake and Bruce are gonna be better.
Mhm.
We don't have Ish. Instead, we got Derrick freaking Rose.
Right.
Got Marcus Morris now. I'm like, and we gonna win 37 games.
I'm gonna say,
Really? I'm like, Blake gonna go crazy.
hey, I'm gonna say 45 games. 45
Marquise Morris, my
40,
fault.
45 to 47 games this season.
I got 47 and a half.
Okay.
47, 45 to 47 and 47. I'm gonna be different. It just be like 44 wins. I gotta say 44 wins.
So what seed would that
I
put the
think we
Pistons
can
at?
win 49 games, but that's gonna be
49?
hard. I'm stuck between 44 and like 44. Either we gonna be win 44 or we gonna win 49.
I got us if we in the playoffs, I got us probably in the 5th seed. I probably got us in the 5th seed, man. Somewhere in there. We're gonna be in the middle somewhere.
Well, based on my record, we either the 6th or 7th seed or the 5th seed.
Okay.
49 might get you the 4th seed though, but I don't think 49. That's dependent on Sekou and Dwayne Casey starting Luke Kennard and C. Mikhailiuk getting playing time.
And it's kind of funny
What
because
you got to say about this, Drew, and your record prediction or whatever?
go ahead, Drew.
It just depends on health, man. When Blake Griffin goes
Well,
out,
we gotta assume health. We always do that when we do this.
I know, but that's the key factor, man. We need Blake Griffin. We're gonna need Derrick Rose out there. They should have roughly 10 to 15 games of load management, depending on how tough the schedule is going to be, back to back wise.
I don't think it's gonna be
road
that
trips.
many games.
Oh,
though.
I think between the two of them, not for them apiece, for the two of them. I don't.
Come on, John, bro.
Man,
23.
47 should be a realistic goal. Your goal should be the 6th seed. I think that they're going to be motivated for a disappointing season last year, and we added a bunch of new talent to the team. It should be a fun season to kind of come back together and really get things the way you want it to be again.
Now, do you guys agree that Boston is the number 3 team in the East? Because I don't agree.
It's the Pacers.
Because Boston lost so much. You know what I'm saying? How could
Boston is Boston, but it's the Pacers.
Yeah.
It's not even because who's on the team. It's just because the Pacers is. Y'all gonna have to put some respect on their name, man.
The Pacers gonna be good, definitely.
They were a 4 seed without Victor Oladipo. You added T.J. Warren and Malcolm Brogdon and Victor Oladipo coming back. You still got Sabonis and Miles Turner.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, man. And they really well coached. I think they're gonna be the 3rd seed. I think they're gonna be the one team that everybody's sleeping on. But like I said, some teams are just really good in the regular season. And the Pacers have been 5 or 4 with subpar talent, and they finally just upgraded.
I'm questioning Philly more than I am Boston, though.
Okay.
Because I'm not sold on Philly at all. I'm not sure how it's going to work. They can't shoot the ball at all.
Yeah, and that hurts in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
For GHA, do I think Sekou might be good early if we give him playing time and we're not idiots? Yeah, I think Sekou, man, I think he can shoot 35% right now. Definitely, just off of the little stuff that I saw, he will increase our transition points. And, he can pass, and he's just a presence on the floor, a score. He can score. That's what we need.
Buffed up, so don't respect the inner Kobe and Jason Tatum.
I was just about to bring Jason Tatum's name up.
Man, Jason Tatum don't want nothing to say go, bro.
Jason Tatum tweeted something and was pretty much saying that the Celtics were going to the finals. And I'm like, you might want to pump your brakes just a little bit.
Did you forget about y'all daddy, bro? His name is Giannis. You forgot about your daddy?
You might want to pump your brakes a little bit, Jason Tatum.
Your new daddy, your old daddy LeBron. Your old daddy LeBron left y'all. Your new daddy Giannis in town.
Hey, how did you guys think Tatum did in his sophomore season? I think he kind of regressed a little bit. I think he regressed in his sophomore season.
Yeah, you know what, man? His numbers were better, I think, on a percentage thing. But he regressed, and they using this Kyrie excuse. I don't care, especially for ISO players, man. I don't care anything about Kyrie doing anything. You were the second option. You got all the shots that you needed. I don't want no excuses because Jason Tatum was the one other person other Kyrie that got them shots. I don't want no excuses, man. You was bricking and you was clanking, and you gonna blame it on Kyrie, but I watched him pass you the ball in the playoffs. I watched him give you the ball multiple times. Like, Tatum, help me out, please. And you was clanking.
Yeah, he was missing a lot of shots. Hey, Buffed Up said in the comments.
But I like Jason Tatum a lot, though.
Yeah, I like Jason Tatum.
I like him a lot. I don't want people to get it twisted. I think he's a great young player, but second year, regression, and you tried to blame it on Kyrie, and I just don't think that was right.
Hey, Buffed Up said this in the comment section. He said, "Did y'all forget about that? Tatum dunked over Bron? No, we never forgot about him.
Hey, but he also only scored 30 points twice.
Yeah, every NBA player get dunked on, so that's nothing. Just because he dunked on Bron, that don't mean nothing. He gotta come out and play this season.
Brogdon also dunked on LeBron too.
Right? You know how many times LeBron done got dunked on?
Yeah, everybody get that work every once in a while.
Every once in a while, everybody get dunked on.
4G8 said LeBron taking steroids because I guess he must have seen that clip where LeBron head still at the rim. He ain't taking steroids. He's just a freaking nature, bro.
Yeah, he's just very athletic, man.
Bro, like, this dude about to be 35 and about to be looking like he's 31 next year. I'm trying to tell y'all. Not on defense, though. But
he looks 40 with that hairline.
So,
bro, like,
how good?
The dude dunking his head still at the rim, dog. Like, come on.
So how good, guys? Kemba, Jaylen Brown, and Tatum gonna be this season? What you guys?
I think they'll win 48 games.
What you think, Drew?
They'll be a top 4 seed. I think Jim was right around the ballpark. 48 games, 50. They'll be a top 4 team. They're still going to be good. They still have a good system. The point guard thrives in Brad Stevens' system. Kemba should have a great season. And really, it's going to really be affected by Jason Tatum because, you look at his rookie season, he kind of stood out.
Yeah, he did.
He faded away. Dude, Kyrie or Gordon Hayward coming back, however you want to word it. He needs to step up and show that he's really that player, though. If he is, him and Kemba could be a nasty duo. I think people are overhyping up the Canner pickup. He's going to be solid for him, but they lost all 3 of their centers.
But are we overhyping Jason Tatum a bit? And this is not just because I don't like the Celtics. Because are you being joking or are you serious?
No, they're overhyping him for real. Like, he's a great
player. Okay. I don't know. Noam is Jay in the building. We're gonna get to you in a second. I have Noam answer it. Jason Tatum. Wait, is he in the chat? Yeah, because I'm just thinking we acting like Kemba and Kyrie are that different. They might be different personality-wise. Kyrie handles might be more saucy than anyone that whoever lives, but they're basically the same. Ball-dominant guards with some handles that like to do their thing. So how do you know? Jason Tatum's just going to play great with Kemba Walker because he's not Kyrie Irving. Really? They play almost the same. He's like a worse version of Kyrie.
Kemba averaged 25 points a game.
So what are we really talking about? Like, that's what I'm saying. So Jason Tatum's going to have to show me a lot.
I think the difference between Kemba and Kyrie is their leadership. You haven't heard anything bad come out about Kemba Walker in the locker room. Like, everyone in Charlotte was trying to get him to re-sign. You heard the complete opposite in Boston. Kyrie ruined the Cavaliers team. Maybe if him and LeBron got together, they'd still be in Cleveland right now.
Right.
They'd still be in Cleveland if he never left. I guarantee you, bro. As long as LeBron got a superstar, he'd never leave the East, bro. They'd still be in the East.
Facts.
My boy Lonzo will still be a Laker.
I don't know about that. They don't like Lonzo there.
I mean, they wouldn't have traded him for AD, though.
Luke Walton never liked him.
Yeah, but Luke Walton would have been fired. This second year, he would have got fired this second year. Regardless.
It's a dumpster fire over there, man.
He said before GA said Jason Tatum better than everybody on our roster. Boy, please tell me you joking. Blake Griffin's son, bro. You ain't watched us versus the Celtics, bro? He don't want nothing Blake. Stop it, bro.
You there, No?
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, man?
What up, man?
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, yo, I got an interesting question. We can start off with Nomis. 2K player says, do you consider LeBron the best point guard in the NBA?
Nah. Don't get me wrong. He's a good substitute for one, but I need the actual point guard who's been, developed as the point guard of the team. I don't like that point forward stuff. So, nah. One of the best players in general, yeah, if not the best, but not in that position.
All right, what about you, Noble?
I'll say the question again, Jimmy.
Do you think LeBron is the best point guard in the NBA?
The best point guard?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say he's the best point guard. No, I ain't gonna say that.
All right, JML, you know I don't like LeBron, but I'm going to say yes. Because
Wow.
I think it's more fair to compare him to someone like Magic Johnson or Larry Bird than it is to Michael Jordan. They're different play styles. He plays a lot more like Magic and Larry Bird.
Yeah,
And
he does.
he is the Magic Johnson of the league right now. He is phenomenal.
No, he is, but
What's crazy about LeBron, he has the ability. He's like a hybrid, man, because he has the ability
Right.
to score like Michael Jordan.
I mean, he was, you look at the early or late 90s, early 2000s, there's a lot of point forwards, but you have never quite seen someone like LeBron take it to this level. And since LeBron has come in here and flourished and has become one of the best players in NBA history, you've seen all these other people learn from LeBron to basically become, a 6'8" or taller point guard. Giannis is basically the same thing.
I told you, Giannis is LeBron. Young LeBron without a J, bro. Once he gets the J, it's over.
Yeah, it's over for a lot of people. Once Giannis get a jump shot, it's over.
People,
Look at
I mean,
Fast
like I said,
Forward.
LeBron jump shot is better, but it took him a long time to develop that jump shot. A lot of people forget about that.
When LeBron first came in the league, though, man, he was a freight train, dude. You couldn't keep him off of attacking the rim.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he's a phenomenal passer. He's got great court vision.
Yeah, he said Zion. Yeah, watch Zion with my boy Lonzo. Pelicans going to the playoffs. You heard it here first. Is LeBron the best point guard? No, but I think it's more that LeBron is literally the only player in history that's literally a point guard and literally a small forward at the same time.
At the same time, yeah.
Like he's literally, like T-Mac and put T-Mac with like a Jason Kidd and you put him into one player. That's LeBron James.
Yeah, Jason Kidd was like one of my favorite point guards.
You put like I said, you put T-Mac scoring with Jason Kidd's passing. That's LeBron. I think the best point guard, even though I hate him, I don't like him at all. But it is Steph Curry. So until further notice.
Now, see me, like when I look at point guards, the best point guard to me is a guy that can get his team involved and a guy that can, get his shot off. When I'm looking at guys like Steve Nash. Steve Nash was like a very, very good point guard because he can kill you with his offense and he can get the other guys involved. That's what I like about, good point guards like that.
LeBron is that player, though. He usually defers and, take the shot.
But he's at the end of the day, he's still a small forward because of his body.
Yeah, but he plays so much like a point guard, though. He's really
Yeah, but just like Giannis, there's no way Giannis could be a point guard ever. I don't care how great he gets at passing.
But LeBron's a better
just because of look at him. It's the same thing with LeBron James.
So now you got Ben Simmons playing point guard. He's 6'10".
And to me, he more of a point forward, but we'll get to that later. I don't think he's a point guard.
And see the thing,
because that's like when we always arguing about him and Lonzo. I'm like, Lonzo's a better passer and a better point guard, but Ben Simmons is like a very, very good passing. He's like a better passing version of Blake, but he can't shoot. I've always said that. But he needs an actual point guard around him.
That's, what? I was actually saying this last week to myself. I'm like, really, to me, Ben Simmons really is a guy to me who should be playing like the small forward position or so.
Exactly.
And he needs like an actual point guard.
Like he should be Draymond Green, but with amazing athleticism and and height. Because Draymond is basically a point guard, but he's not one. Because he's basically the point guard of the Warriors.
Yeah, he's the
but
playmaker.
He's not one. He has an actual point guard named Steph Curry. It should be the same thing with Ben Simmons. He's a point guard, yeah, but you need an actual guy. Like I remember they was talking about like Chris Paul going to there. I was like, that actually might it might be better, with a young Chris Paul. But just having a real point guard instead of having to always, you know what I'm saying, always be that guy.
Yeah, did you guys?
What Ben Simmons going to do off ball when they get?
I don't know what to chat on right now.
He can't shoot a lick at all.
Yeah, he can't. That's the only thing, and that's the only thing that's stopping Philly from going farther. Is
no, I'm not. Jay Green said trade Blake for Michael Porter Jr., Bo Bowl, and Paul Millsap. Look, you won't find a bigger fan, literally, and they can tell you, of Bo Bowl or Michael Porter Jr. than 313 J-Mo. You won't find one, but no.
You said you won't find one.
Like, I love Bobo and I love Michael Porter Jr.
Hey,
well, I'm not about to take 2 injured young prospects for Blake, even though he's injured and I don't know. What would y'all do?
Yes, Noble, I did. I think I know where you're going with this.
What's up, Big Tate?
I was about to say, did any of you guys get the report that Zion Williamson is getting dropped?
Never mind.
I
thought you were going to say, did you see Bill Bull sign a bowl?
Oh, no. I was talking about, because I was going
Zion Williamson, what?
They said that Zion is getting taller.
Oh, yeah.
He should be getting taller because
he need to get taller or his knees gonna break.
Yeah, he's not done growing.
No, I'm being honest, though. Like, if he stayed like 6'6", bro, 3 years. But if he can get that Blake height, that 6'10", oh my gosh, he's gonna be a 6'10" Blake Griffin, but with more athleticism. That's just crazy.
That would be crazy.
And he a better defender. And then you got him with Lonzo. It's over, bro. I told people, like, all y'all Lonzo haters, all y'all Zion people who don't believe,
I like
all y'all Pelicans haters.
Hey, but I like
it's
Zion.
A wrap for y'all for the next decade.
I like Zion, but Lonzo is a scrub until proven otherwise.
Lonzo is a great player. That's why your defense.
He a scrub, man.
No, that's why your defense fall from 7th in the NBA to dead last when he leave. That's what a scrub do.
No, he can play defense, but he's a scrub. Can't hit a layup.
He's not a scrub, and he can't hit a layup. That's false.
How did he get if he struggles shooting, Noble, and he's a scrub with layup? How has he got those triple doubles before?
But how many times have you got a triple double? It's not that many times.
I mean, okay,
like
at least like 4 times.
You got Stan Van Gundy's younger brother, Lou Walton. That's why.
Hey, no, Mr. Till, proven otherwise.
Right.
Here's the thing about Zoe, though.
Anyway, so guys, we gonna and everybody in the chat, make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys give me your thoughts. Who are y'all 8 playoff teams right now for the Eastern Conference?
I think Drew.
It don't necessarily have to be in order, but if we really wanted to make it hard, we can put it in order.
Why don't we just go through? We'll start with the 8 seed, and we'll have everyone to their 8 seed, and we'll go on to 7 seed. Like so on.
All right, Nomus, we're gonna start with you.
Well, I think
your 8th seed for the Eastern Conference playoffs.
I'm gonna go with the one I think everybody's sleeping on, New York.
Okay, I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing.
You can't man.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna write this down so we can document this.
You
said New York Knicks.
Hey, they got Julius now, baby.
Okay,
Their starting lineups to be all power forwards, bro.
Okay, we got Nomus, we got Drew, we got Jay. Like I said, I'm gonna write this down after you said
8 seed, or did you say Eastern Conference?
8 seed in the Eastern Conference.
The 8th seed in the Eastern Conference.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the one to take the oddball team. I'm gonna go with New York.
Jamo, you writing this down?
I'm literally making a chart.
Okay.
I hate y'all.
Like, I wasn't about to make a chart, but now I'm writing it down, bro. I'm gonna keep. I keep this notebook too for notes for sports. So trust me, it's in here forever.
Before we move on, guys, I did a video last week where I did my standings, and we had a special challenge in it. At the end of the season, the loser who had the least amount of points right is going to B-Dubs and doing the Blazing Wings challenge. I think we can incorporate that right here if we're going ballsy here and putting the Knicks at the 8 seed. I think we need a challenge.
I mean, I love spicy wings, so it don't like this challenge don't work on me.
I'm white, man. I don't do spicy.
But wow, wow.
I have a tear in my eye, but I'm still be able to eat them.
All right, Noble. Who is your 8th seed? I'm writing all this down now.
Okay, 8th seed. I got. I'm gonna say the Heat.
Okay, see now that's an eighth seed. Noble,
Wow, he
thank you.
so watched my video. I'm proud.
Oh, so Drew, you got the Heat at the eighth seed too?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go with. Oh, let me think. Let me think of the playoff teams real quick. We got them. Boston. All right, I'm gonna go with the Raptors.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah, this is about to get really tough because there's a lot of good teams in the East.
Yeah,
And I have to have Miami making it, and I gotta have Brooklyn making it, and I gotta have Boston and the Pacers making it, and I gotta have the Pistons making it. So who misses? That made if the Raptors in, that mean the Heat. I ain't putting the Heat in, but all right. Nomus, back to you, man.
7 seed.
All right.
7 seed. No mistake.
Okay. Don't try to put no pressure on me. Now with the 7 seed, I might be going Orlando.
Orlando. Okay. Orlando. All right, Drew, who is your 7 seed?
I have the Raptors.
Okay, the Raptors. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Noble.
I'm going.
Seed.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Washington. I'm telling you, Rudy, man.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Rudy, man, has to more.
Really? He said Washington.
Washington.
You can't forget about Washington, man.
When they traded Bradley Beal,
Wow.
it's gonna look bad.
Now, if they trade Bradley Beal, yeah, that's a different story. Then I'm throwing that out the window. It's gonna be
okay. So you said Washington. Okay, look, man. Just because they might trade Bill, is everybody agreeing we give him another chance because that was so crazy, or just no?
No, I'm gonna take the Raptors.
All right, the Raptors.
Just copy on my list.
It looks like it. So my 7 seed, I guess. I want to take the Heat, but I don't know if that's too many teams. I might take the Heat. I don't know because we got Brooklyn, the Celtics. What about? I'm planning to take the Pistons. I don't know. I'm gonna take the Heat. Man. I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay, man, you don't know which one.
Because I don't want to take the Heat. But I'm gonna take the Heat as a 7 seed. So everybody basically got the Raptors and the Heat except for Nomus. 6 seed Nomus.
6 seed. Let's see. Who do I like at the 6 seed this year? Oddly enough, I'm gonna say the Heat.
Okay. I don't know where you going with this, but okay.
Okay.
Like we gonna leave your list alone. All right. Since Noble's always taking Drew's list, we gonna start with Drew first.
I have the Pistons.
All right. I'm gonna agree with yours. Just to say that I got the Pistons too at the 6th seed. What about you, Noble? Who do you have at the 6th seed?
I got the Nets.
The Nets. All right, the Brooklyn Nets.
I think you said Knicks.
Nets.
All right, 5th seed for the Eastern Conference playoffs, Nomus.
The Pistons.
The Pistons. Okay. Let's look at the chat was clowning when you said that about Washington though.
Yeah, it's all good.
They're all over the place right now. They're laughing really hard.
Hey, man, they got little Isaiah over there, man.
And wait, they got Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah, they got Isaiah.
I did not know that. Wow. And they got Noble. Who is your 5th seed?
My 5th seed, I'm taking. Let's see, my 5th seed. I'm gonna go with Celtics. I'm gonna go Celtics.
All right, you got the Celtics. That's the 5th seed. Nomus, your list is like wow.
Wait, hold on. Noble, did you say the Pistons yet?
Yeah, he said the Pistons.
No,
he didn't say the Pistons yet.
You got the Pistons as a top 4 team?
Hey man, let's go where it goes.
I like you, but you're crazy.
All right, Drew, who you got at 5th seed?
I have the Brooklyn Nets.
And man, yeah, me and Drew list looking the same besides that 7 and 8 seed because I got the Nets at the 5th seed too.
The West is really
4th seed, Nomus.
Brooklyn Nets.
The Nets. All right, Noble.
Yeah.
4th seed.
Detroit basketball.
All right, you got the Pistons at the 4th seed. I hope they make it to the 4th seed.
If you're gonna do Detroit basketball chant, you gotta commit to it, and you gotta go strong. You kind of
Detroit basketball. Yeah, let's go. Got to be real.
It's all right. We'll work on it.
We'll work on it. Yeah.
Hey, Downbird, what's up, man? New York Giant 31. He trying to cause problems, but it's all good over here. What's up, New York? We talking some basketball, man.
Yeah, we talking basketball, New York.
Guys, let me know who you guys think is gonna be the 4th seed in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video. But Drew, who is your 4th seed?
I'm gonna change it up for my video, and I'm gonna put Philly as the 4th seed.
Wow, I kind of like that though.
I had him as the 3rd seed in my video.
Philly at the 4th seed. I'm gonna put Boston at the 4th seed. Okay, Nomis, your 3rd seed.
I'll be going with Philly.
Philly. Noble, 3rd seed.
I'm gonna take Pacers.
Pacers?
Yep.
Mark me down for the Pacers.
Big Take said 4th seed the Pacers. Man, they need a true point guard. I mean, they got Victor Oladipo Friday.
Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon.
Okay, Drew, who is the 3rd seed for you?
Indy.
Okay, 3rd seed for me would be Philly. Noma's 2nd seed.
So tough. I will be going with. I'll go. With
you
Boston.
don't got the Celtics or Milwaukee.
I just said Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
So you don't have the Pacers in the playoffs at this moment.
I know.
Wow.
I know this. Like I said,
you want to trade them out for the Knicks at least?
Yeah, I'll do that.
He said I'll do that.
Go ahead, no.
No. See, I'm gonna put a star right next to Knicks.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna put Pacers.
Yeah,
because I don't know. I think we should make you lay that down. Let's see. So 2nd seed for you, Noble.
2nd seed. I got Philly.
Philadelphia. Drew, 2nd seed.
Boston Celtics.
Boston. All right. So does everybody have Milwaukee as the 1st seed?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Okay, and my 2nd seed is the Pacers.
Okay, wow.
And then Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Pacers about to be good.
So let's do a recap. Let's name one person and rate all their teams A through 1.
All right, okay. So Nomis, we giving you the Knicks for now. It's like no, but Nomis, AFC. I'm not gonna say every number. I'm just gonna say them all. Nomis has the Pacers, Orlando Heat, the Pistons, and the 5th seed. The Brooklyn Nets in 4, Philly, Boston, Milwaukee 1 seed. Noble, 8th seed, the Heat, 7th seed, the Raptors, 6th seed, the Brooklyn Nets, Celtics, Detroit Pistons, 4th seed, Pacers, Philadelphia, Milwaukee. Drew, 8th seed is the Heat, Raptors, Pistons, 6th seed, Brooklyn, Philly, Indy, Boston, 1st seed, Milwaukee. J-Mo, let's see, 8th seed is the Raptors, 7th seed is the Heat, 6th seed is the Pistons, 5th seed is the Nets, 4th seed is Boston, 3rd seed is Philadelphia, 2nd Pacers, and 1st Milwaukee.
Okay.
So Milwaukee better live up to the hype, bro. We all buying the juice.
See, so we're gonna go back to this.
We all got them as the 1 seed. I mean, I think they're gonna live up to the hype, no cap. But I'm just saying, y'all better, bro.
That's a no-brainer though with Milwaukee. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and like healthy Giannis is over. But okay, I mean, me and Drew have the lowest expectations for the Pistons, and Nomis and Noble shooting high.
Yeah, I'm shooting high 4. I'll give them 4.
Top 4 seed Pistons, the Pacers, Philly, and Milwaukee. I like that though. I just think Boston and Brooklyn are gonna be a little bit better.
I wouldn't mind putting the Raptors between either 7th or 6th either though. Where I put Orlando.
You put in Orlando. See, you kind of change up your whole list.
Orlando.
So you want to replace Orlando with
The Raptors?
Does he have the
Yeah.
Raptors or Indy in the playoffs right now?
No.
And
Because,
I know
like,
it's-
I
I
do
know it's
see them
legal,
not
man,
having this.
but-
I do see them not being a top 4 seed this year, though. That's kind of why they didn't.
Yeah,
go
but
top.
like I said, the Raptors, the roster, their roster is so good. They're so well coached. You still got Pascal Siakam. For
Yeah,
better or
And part of the
worse, you
reason
have
why I
Kyle
put them in
Lowry.
top- Here's the thing,
You
the
still
part of the
got
reason why I
Marc
put them-
Gasol. You still got Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, he gonna be
Part of the
all
reason why I'm putting them out the top 5 though is due to the fact I think will be the reason why they kind of not make the top 5. That's
Yeah,
why
I
put
mean,
this.
like I said, I got them as I think with the AC.
Yeah, you put them
Yeah, I
out.
got them as the AC, and I mean, I think them and the Heat are gonna fight for the 7th and AC, and I think they gonna fall on the AC. You know, Giannis gonna get a little revenge, and then then the Heat and the Nets.
Is Noam the only one who had Orlando making the playoffs again?
I mean, he tried to change it to the Raptors.
But no one else put Orlando in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
So
don't think
send
they-
this to all the Orlando players. Like, yeah, we don't got you in the playoffs, dog.
They didn't improve, man. They just re-signed everybody.
I was about to say, man, y'all ain't about to do
Yeah.
nothing.
And they lost Terrence Ross, didn't they?
No, they
Oh
re-signed
yeah,
him.
it's a wrap.
No, they re-signed.
But,
they re-signed,
Guys
and
in
then,
the chat, what's up? Best wine for last. How you doing, everybody? What's up, everybody? Make sure you like the video. Guys in the chat, let me know who you have in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Your 1 through 8 seeds, man.
Yeah.
we'll do the
Post
West
in the
next
chat.
week.
Comment on one of
That way
our
we give
channels
Noam
with the
some kind of
video. Do it all.
The West next week.
Yeah, we'll do it. You're gonna be free next week, right, Noble?
Yeah, I should be free.
All right, so we'll do it on your channel, and we'll have plenty of time.
I don't know. We got to
for-
set some other stuff up.
We got time for Noam to do his list. Whenever we do the West, we'll give Noam some time so that way he's not putting his
Yeah,
son
the
in
West is
playoffs.
gonna be. I kind of want to do the West a little bit.
I mean, I got my list ready because I already did my video, so I can go whenever.
Hmm?
I can do my list whenever.
Yeah, me too, man.
Well,
I
I
was
wanna
like,
give
because
you
the
that
West
time.
is so hard to pick.
Because I feel like Noam's gonna put the Suns in the playoffs. I'm kind of worried.
No, look, no, this is no list for the AC. No, I'm gonna be like the Mavericks. And no offense to the Mavericks.
Hey, you better chill.
No, I'm serious. No offense to the Mavericks. I love you,
I actually was
Luka.
gonna put. No, so
So who is your
it's always a weird team that gets like the first. It's
It ain't
always a weird
always like
team
that,
that get
bro.
like the first seed and the 8th seed.
hey, who is your top 2 duels? We should do that as well.
Oh yeah, we did the top 2 duos.
We already did that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can reestablish it because like
Yeah, we want to do that again.
things have changed a little bit, man. But I did want to say I guarantee no one puts the Mavericks in the playoff. Like I said, I love the Mavericks, but when you got the
Actually, I'm not gonna
Spurs
put them in the playoffs.
and the Pacers,
The West.
and the Pelicans.
I think the Mavs are gonna make a move though. I think they're gonna make a trade and get somebody else in there.
Now, if they do, maybe, but they don't. They just don't got it.
who is
And
the
like Golden State could be an 8th seed. That's how strong the West is.
Yeah, the West is so strong, man.
Like the Lakers, the Clippers, Denver,
No,
Portland, Utah, Houston. Then you got the Pelicans.
Right.
Then you got the Spurs. And I know I missed a team.
Clippers.
Nuggets.
You said Clippers?
I don't even know. I said Clippers and the Nuggets. So like you got the Blazers. It's just way too many teams.
Hey, what about the Kings? Because the Kings almost
Nope. They got Lou Walton.
They don't got enough yet.
don't got enough.
And
They got
just
Lou
lost-
Walton.
No, they done, man.
Like watch what happened to them this next year.
Luke
I
Walton.
do like
What
Aaron Fox though. I do
if,
like
what if Luke Walton and Derek Fox don't get along though? It's gonna be chaos.
Ooh.
I don't think they will. Lou Walton's a horrible coach, man.
I mean, he hated.
Like, show me something else. If you want me to just not believe that, show me something else with Lou Walton. Buffed up said, "LOL, the Mavs could be." Hey man, ain't no way the Dallas Mavericks are gonna be an 8th seed. I'm sorry, Luka. It don't got enough magic for that.
I actually think the Suns will beat them out for that.
Because like y'all, I mean, I don't care what nobody say, man. Y'all, it's looking at this Pelicans roster. You can't tell me they ain't making the playoffs.
They might.
You can't say the Spurs not making the playoffs.
They could make it, but they can also probably miss it too, depending on how well those guys play.
I expect all of them to play good enough to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Put it
so
like
about
that.
it.
I definitely want to see Lonzo play 82 games. I definitely want to see how that looks.
That'd be a
Okay.
miracle. Like I think Zion gonna get hurt for like 2 weeks.
Well, he needs to stop eating gumbo.
Because like the way he is, he's like the type of person to get hurt during it. Like I don't think Zion's gonna win Rookie of the Year. Because I think he's gonna get injured.
Who you think winning
I'm not wishing that on the kid. I just think the way he plays that destructive style.
Man, I think he's gonna get it. I think
You
he's
just
gonna,
open up a whole nother conversation there, JMO.
yeah, Rookie of the Year now. R.J. Barrett, Ja Morant.
Oh,
Psycho
guys,
dumb boy, what you talking about?
Hold on. Before we start doing this, that could be a topic for a show, though. Is going through and naming our weekly or our yearly awards.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Do we do it now or do we do it later?
Hey,
No, man, I didn't put Zion getting hurt in the universe. I'm just saying he ain't gonna get hurt, man. Chill.
no.
You said why I even put that in universe? I don't even mean it like that. He's already been getting hurt.
Yeah, we don't want Zion to get hurt, man. It's a lot of money on the line for Zion.
He just got the largest
Signed
shoe
with
deal
MJ.
for a rookie.
Yeah, I think it's like 75 million, something like that.
I can't wait to see those shoes.
Devin 99 said, "Imagine being a New York Giants fan." Yeah, this is basketball talk, but imagine being a New York Knicks fan.
Anybody going to grab the Zions when they come out? When Zion shoes come out?
Of course not.
I don't know if they have him in concept form. He literally just signed it last week, so I don't even know how far along that's going to be.
Oh yeah, the colorway would be nice, man.
I think it's going to be a fatter logo than Jordan. I think that's the only difference.
He might come out with some patent leathers, man. You know, that's some nice shiny ones.
If they drop some ones and it's just like the Pelican colors, I'm not getting them.
I mean, but which Pelican colors are we talking about?
They talking about the red and the blue and the gold.
Because them red Pelicans jerseys look like some old Bulls jerseys. How cold they look. And you know I hate Chicago, but they got some nice jerseys.
If there's a Pelican on it, I'm not getting it.
No, it's not a Pelican on any of their jerseys.
Hey man, it better not be no Pelicans on the shoes, man.
All right, speaking of that, you know what? We're gonna do it now. In the West, I'm gonna put out some teams. You got the Mavericks, you got the Spurs, you got the Pelicans, and you got the should I throw the Kings in there? I don't want to, but
Yeah.
we're gonna throw the Kings in there. Out of those four young teams, now let's just say because the Spurs are still young, they got popped, but they're still young.
Yeah.
Out of those four teams, who do y'all think is gonna make the 8th seed and why? Because it's gonna be one of the four, and the rest of them ain't making it.
Okay, say those the teams again, Jimmo.
The Mavericks, the Pelicans, the Kings, and what was the other team I said? So many.
Spurs.
The Spurs, yeah.
Well, you know the Spurs going.
Because the Spurs they gonna have a nice little squad.
I'm not gonna bet against Greg Popovich. I definitely think he'll get that.
Yeah, Spurs easy could go jump right into 7th seed without even trying.
Yeah, they'll make it. They always some kind of way make it for some reason, man. They might be the boringest team in the NBA, but they always make.
Oh yeah, I forgot to add another team in there, the Warriors.
Yeah,
The Warriors will be higher than the
Because the
8th seed.
Warriors are the one team I forgot earlier.
yeah, I think the Warriors will be at least like 7 or 6 or something. They're gonna make it.
Do you actually think so though?
I think they'll be between
Because-
4th and 5th.
Do you think they're gonna be
You
that
got
high?
the Clippers.
I think they'll be 5th. I
Look,
think they'll be 5th. They're healthy.
There's no way. You got the Rockets. They're gonna be a top 2 seed.
Rockets
Then
gonna
you
be up
have
there.
you got the Clippers, the Lakers, Utah Jazz.
Nuggets.
You got the Denver
Ooh,
Nuggets.
yeah,
You got the
yeah.
Portland Trailblazers. So they
Ooh,
might be
yeah.
that 7th seed,
Yeah.
but I feel like I'm forgetting the team because there's so many teams.
Yeah.
That 7th seed might be Golden State, or they might be in the 8th seed fighting with the 7th seed.
Yeah, they could
But
be
here's
down
the
there
thing
low
about
this
the
year.
West. Here's the thing about the West. It's to me comes down like who you trust the most. Sometimes to me, man, like who do you trust? Who's been most consistent in the West though, making the playoffs though? Like who has
The Blazers.
the Blazers? Okay,
The Warriors.
y'all go.
You know LeBron making it. You know Kawhi making it.
Yeah.
You know Harden and Westbrook are making it.
We're gonna make it. Yep.
Denver, they not as proven, but the last 2 years, you know, they didn't make the playoffs, but they won 46 games, and then they made
This
the
will still be
playoffs.
top 5, even if it's
Thunder
low.
won't make it this year.
And
Thunder-
then Utah always make the playoffs consistently, and then that's where you with Golden State and the Spurs, and then you know the young teams like the Pelicans and the Mavericks.
yeah.
And
I
I
think
see
it's gonna be a
things about
dogfight.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a dogfight, man, to get in the playoffs this season in the West.
No, it's gonna man, we can see Golden State at the 8th seed, bro, like straight up.
Yeah, you could.
And you can see Clay and Steph going against Russ and Harden. Like, oh my goodness.
First round, again.
Oh, you think Houston's going to be number 1 seed, JMO?
Yeah.
They're going to be top. They're going to be up there.
Over the Clippers and the Lakers.
Top 3 at least.
The Lakers are going to have bumps and bruises. And the Clippers. Low management. Man, you talking about James freaking Harden in the regular season and Westbrook in the regular season.
The best regular season players in the league.
Right. Like, I love, Russ is my favorite player in the league, but, postseason, he hasn't had the shooters and, he struggled. But regular season? Oh, no, man. Like, ain't nobody going to be better than Houston.
I don't know, man.
Now, if you were to go with the regular season logic, then
I mean, they won 66 games with CP3. They can win 59, 60 with Russ.
The thing
they got the same squad.
CP3 was a better floor spacer, though. Like, he deferred.
Yeah, but he can't score, break people down off the dribble, and Russ can still pass, and he can rebound, and he's a better defender.
Here's the thing that's
somebody got an interesting list.
I think CP3 gonna have a big year.
Yeah, it depends on where he's gonna go.
You said CP3?
Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
The thing that's
Clippers.
Hold on a second, Jebo. The thing that's interesting about the Rockets is, for the first 3 quarters, they're going to interchange Harden and Westbrook. So the whole time in the game, you're going to have an all-star, former MVP. Anyone can go off for 30-plus, get a triple-double at a time. The thing that's the question mark is the fourth quarter. When it's crunch time, when the game's close, we haven't pulled away yet. Westbrook's going to have to defer to James Harden because James Harden has a lot more weapon to be used. Westbrook's pretty much going to have to attack the rim, and the defense can collapse.
Well, I think it's going to be who's hot. I don't know about defer. I think it'll be who's ever hot. Now, if they both cold, then they both going to be deferred to each other. But it just depends on who's hot, because if Westbrook is hot in the fourth quarter, you got to let him run that. Same thing with James Harden.
So who takes the last shot at the game? Is it Harden?
Harden.
Whoever open. It depends on what happens. Because I could easily see, like, I'm gonna give you a very good scenario, and this could even happen in the playoffs. Harden get the ball, double team Harden. Let's say he's having one of them hot games. Double team Harden. Westbrook get the ball, drive, and then kick to an open shooter.
Eric Gordon hits the 3.
And he's supposed to Eric Gordon, whether it's Gerald Green, whether it's Austin Rivers.
Yeah,
they're supposed to hit that shot, like, because they're gonna be open. Right. Like, if Westbrook can't score it, he's going to get it to the guy that's open. And if Harden can drop a double team, which is very easy for James Harden, that's how it should run at the end of the game. And or if Harden got a 1-on-1, Westbrook got a 1-on-1, that's how it rolls. See, I'm a simple man. I say drive and click it to Clint Capella and confuse them, but But I'm gonna read out this list that Jay Green had.
Yeah.
He has the Clippers number 1, Denver number 2, Lakers number 3, Portland 6, Portland 5, Rockets 6, Golden State 7, Pelicans 8. I like the teams, but I don't like the order. There's no way the Rockets gonna be a 60. That's crazy. But I like the teams because I think Pelicans making the playoffs. I'm telling y'all.
I would actually put the Rockets at least the 3rd seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would with his list. I probably switch Denver and the Rockets to put Denver at the 6th seed.
You know what I'm
the
curious
Rockets at the 2 seed.
You guys know what I'm curious about? How well will Steph Curry and D'Angelo Russell play together? That's what I'm kind of concerned.
D'Angelo Russell gonna play well, or he getting traded. That's what they told him. They're like, look, you can come here. You mess with Steph, you gone.
I mean, because we know he got ice in his veins. We already know that. But
yeah, Steph got some ice in his veins, but he's Steph.
Yeah.
And Clay got more ice in his veins than both of them. So
the Clay gonna be out though.
Yeah, Clay gonna be out to probably March.
No, I'm just saying in general though. March. Like I said, man. Who Steph say get the ball. Steph say clean his shoes. Whatever Steph say you do, or you getting traded.
How you clean the shoes?
You stuffed up my shoes. Go get me a brand new ball. Yes, that's right.
And no snitching.
I'm just saying that because I feel like Golden State is so eager to trade that man.
Hey, how well, Drew, do you think they're gonna play together?
Who?
Curry and Russell.
I don't know, man. who's going to play the two? We're going to have D'Lo play the two and play him off ball. He needs the ball in his hands to be effective.
They might
they might trade him away, man. To be honest with you, I don't know how it's
Yeah,
going
but
to work.
Steph is he's not as ball dominant as some other point guards.
You know what? I just thought about that. They may have D'Lo playing the one and move Curry over to the two, and have him firing.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them defensively, though. Like
It don't matter either way, though.
I'm not big on the Rockets, okay? But when they play the Rockets, it's going to be a defensive nightmare for them.
Yeah.
Like it's a wrap.
You can't hide Curry that way.
You got Westbrook or Harden going against D'Lo. Come on, barbecue chicken.
They're probably try to put Draymond on
He
somebody.
said barbecue chicken.
But see, that's the thing. I think they just gonna be like, who cares about defense? I'm Steph Curry and I'm D'Lo.
Oh, now you sound like Mike D'Antoni.
Hey man, I'm just saying you're gonna have to do that with a backcourt with two great guards who can't play defense. Like Steph can play defense, but if you put him with a guard who can't play defense, then he might as well can't play defense either.
And then what are they
It's
going to
not
do?
Clay.
What are they going to do when Clay comes back in March? They're going to have to move D'Lo back to the bench, and he ain't going to be happy.
Or they start all of them.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna. Go to state with them stars, man. They find a way. And can we talk about Klay Thompson and Patrick Beverly specifically never making an all defensive team? Because like I really feel like Klay Thompson is one of the greatest defenders in the NBA. I think like if you ask me, is he better than Paul George at defense? What you think I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna say yeah. Because I don't care what you say, you're not gonna get me to believe Klay Thompson would have got mouthed in the face like that. No, he wouldn't have.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's Dame Dollar though. He do that to a lot.
He never did that to Klay though. That's all I know.
Dame Dollar pulled it up from 40.
And I just be like, people like Klay and Patrick Beverly are some of the best defenders, maybe of their generation. They don't get the look, but Nomus, what you think about D'Lo and Steph?
I mean, as far as offensive, I think they will click, but see, thing is, I think for one, y'all not considering if one of them go down injured wise, which is more likely Curry, that team gonna be lopsided like mud because
Curry go down, it's over.
Yeah, and that's why now I can actually see them as a bottom kind of seed team now. Cause I thought about it. See, when I was thinking that they'll still be like a top 5 seed, I was thinking last because they signed 2 bids, but that guard tandem is gonna be weak defensively. It's not you get some playmaking, but not enough defense or physicality. I don't see that their team defense is gonna be hurt, especially when you consider Clay not gonna be there for most of the season. Yeah, it's gonna be rough for them. To me,
yeah.
I think they kind of gonna be like Denver, because Denver didn't really have a good defense last year, but they outscored everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing though: Golden State's strength was always relying on a team defense, and without that chemistry is a big thing.
You're not wrong, but their real strength is a guy named Steph Curry.
Right, and let's look at it like this too.
Like, because Steph Curry going to be in MVP mode, giving people 35, 38 a night, no matter what D'Lo doing.
Hey, now, say for instance,
they just going to have to outscore everybody.
Now, say for instance, if Curry went out, he went down for a minute, do you think Draymond Green can average 20 points a game?
No, but I think with the system, D'Lo and Draymond could manage. I mean, that's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love Clay. He's better than D'Lo, but that's why you would rather have a D'Lo in that situation than just Clay, because D'Lo can create off the dribble and pass and give you 20.
I'm gonna say this: Steve Kerr gonna have to pull out his best Brad Stevenson, definitely.
Like he gonna have to get D'Lo to really buy in, because like D'Lo can mess up everything low key.
Not just that, but even players off the bench, he got to really get these guys to play out of their mind this year. They want to stand a chance to even think that they can go back to the front. Well, they're not going back to the front. I don't think they is, but that team has become head scratching now.
So is the dynasty over with Golden State?
No.
I mean,
no.
Here's the thing I like about the D'Lo pickup though, because the Lakers gave up on him for Lonzo. They gave up on Lonzo, so they don't have their back-to-back point guard picks. He goes to Brooklyn and shines. Everyone said he wasn't mature. He was a problem. And he made an all-star team. He made them go to the playoffs, and they won a couple games in the playoffs. and Brooklyn gave up on him. Now he goes to a team that's been to the finals, the last 4 or 5 years? He's going to someone that has championship pedigree. Even though they're not being talked about, they still have experience and knows what it takes to get there. And you can't discredit that. So I think if he goes there and he can win, it's only going to help him rub it in the other team's faces and shove it down their throat. So I think he's going to be more willing to buy into Golden State because Golden State sent him to the max deal. So they have him for 4 years at I don't know how much it was. It was a lot of money.
17 million. 141 million.
Yeah, it was a lot of money. So I mean, he's going to get playing time. He's going to have time to thrill and thrive and pretty much have it his way and win. I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to show what he can really be and mature as a player.
The one thing that nobody gonna pay attention to what you said. The Lakers are a bunch of idiots. They gonna give up on 2 all-star point guards. Idiots.
Mm-hmm.
But and I won't say Brooklyn gave up on them. I mean, you could get Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. It's not really giving up on the guy.
Yeah, but you got to think though. Brooklyn hasn't been relevant since they got Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, and their future was really
but if you tell me
nothing.
If you tell me he went to Golden State because of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, I'm gonna be like, oh.
I mean, Brooklyn's got to do what they got. I don't think.
I would say you have to do that, bro.
But you got to think from his standpoint though that 2 teams that you went to both gave up on you. Like I'm not saying Brooklyn was wrong. Brooklyn did a great job bringing those guys in. LA was wrong for doing it. From his standpoint as that player, if I was him, I would be furious that these 2 teams gave up on me after showing what I could do in Brooklyn.
Well, Golden State ready to give up on you too.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta be okay with that though, because I mean they're guard heavy, and Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. They're 2 of the best guards in the league. You can't really be mad at that.
Yeah, the Splash Brothers are gonna be forever together.
He's got to take advantage.
I do have a question. Is Portland gonna do what they did last year again, or was it a fluke?
I think Adam.
Or did they basically put it like this? Did they only make it because LeBron wasn't there?
Did they what?
Did they only make it because LeBron wasn't there?
That's a possibility.
Let's see what you got, Noble.
Yeah, that's a possibility, man. They probably made it because the Lakers were not in there, and they took advantage of the run, man. That's how you got to do it. You got to take advantage of it, and that's what they did. They took advantage of every opportunity, and then it's kind of crazy because with Portland going against Golden State, they gave them no competition. And the Clippers played those guys well. Mm-hmm. So it kind of baffled my mind. Like this Clipper team is scrappy, man. And Portland couldn't. Did Portland win a game? They didn't win no game, did they?
No, right. Could you imagine LeBron's Lakers against that team without Kevin Durant? Like we don't know who wins.
Yeah.
If LeBron had the Lakers, Lonzo, Kuz, Ingram, and them against that team without KD, who wins the Western Conference Finals? We don't know. So we know they ain't getting swept. That's what we do know.
No, they're gonna at least win 1 or 2 games.
Like they at least winning 2. They ain't getting swept. Like
when I saw
they embarrassed them. But what you think about it, Drew?
Go ahead, Drew.
I think it depends on what Whiteside they're going to get. If they get the Whiteside in the early Miami days, where he was getting 4 blocks a game and 10 rebounds, they're going to do just as well. Especially when Nurkic or Juice, I don't know how to say his name. The guy who broke his leg. I'm bad with names. You'll know that. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum are the real deal. They're going to be a top 4 team, top 5 team, no matter what.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard got paid. He's got to show the world that he's worth it because his entire NBA career, he has been the guy that no one's talked about. He's been the most underrated player in the league because the guy is the real deal. This guy can ball.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite point guards, man. Definitely love Damian.
I would love to have this guy. Are they better than all these teams? Are they better than the Lakers? Are they better than the Clippers? I don't know. But they did beat the 2nd seed in the Nuggets, who the Nuggets were the favorite to win that. But like you guys said, when they played the Warriors, when they played the Warriors, they didn't really give them much of a fight. They had a couple times they could have won it. They blew what?
No, they had 2. They blew 3. They had a 14-point lead, a 15-point lead, and a 17-point lead. And they blew all 3.
It's not like they showed them, they just couldn't close out.
Yeah, that's what it was. You're right, Drew.
I mean, I think Damian Lillard, man. Look, I'm gonna keep saying it. I love Dame. I mean, I can't explain to you how much I love Dame, but this for the second time in the second sweep where I've seen CJ McCollum show up and Damian Lillard disappear.
Yeah, that kind of hurted, man.
Because when they played Portland and got swept, CJ McCollum averaged 21 points per game on good field goal shooting.
Yeah.
Uh,
Man, I wish
like
we
you
could
supposed to be that guy. You got swept. Like if you got swept, like I don't think any team in the West gets swept by Golden State but the Blazers. And I don't know why it's just the Blazers.
Yeah,
but it's just the Blazers.
But
Like,
yeah, the Blazers been
I
like
think
that.
San Antonio might get swept, but that's about it, bro. Like
Hey.
OKC not getting swept, or Utah or Houston, obviously, but
It's going to depend on who San Antonio is going to have to play. It depends if they're going to be the 7th or 8th seed. Because they might take a game or two. Because they took 2 away from Denver, right?
3.
Did they take 3 from Denver?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you can't. Once you get that far, I don't know how good Tim Duncan's going to be as a coach, but it's going to be fun to
they
watch.
do got old Dunk.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Hey, if we could trade somebody on the business and they said, okay, yeah, we could trade somebody, I would trade Reggie. And I guess the player that I want is my favorite guy, and that's CJ McCollum. I love CJ McCollum. And
I want CJ too, bro.
I wish there were
Reggie.
trades.
It's a dream.
Hey,
Like
man,
like CJ, like somebody like Bradley Beal, somebody like Booker and DeRozan and Jimmy, those are scorers. But you know what I call guys like CJ and Lou Will and Kyrie? I call them bucket getters.
man, yes, man. That's
CJ, it don't matter what the moment is, it don't matter what the time on the clock. I am a bucket getter. Give me the ball and so I can get them buckets. Same thing with Lou Will and Kyrie. Bucket getters, bro.
man.
We saw what he did for Portland, man. He the reason that they went to the Western Conference Finals.
Right. And imagine if a backcourt of Derrick Rose, CJ McCollum, you know what I'm saying, at the shooting guard, then Sekou, and then Blake and Drummond. And
Yeah, I
then
know
you got
that
the
would be nice, but now that we
should've had
talked
CJ
about
already.
Portland, Lakers or Clippers? Because this has been a discussion,
battle of LA.
and I want to talk about from regular season record to who's going to win, who's the better team, like all of it. Who do you think the better team? Who do you think going to have a better record? If they face off in the playoffs, who you picking to win? This is very early, though. I just want to say that. Subject to change.
Battle of LA.
I already know, Miss, we putting you on the spot.
Between the Clippers and the Lakers. Oh,
Yes.
man, that-
Who's the real king of LA? Who gonna be the real king? Better record, playoffs, all of it.
Oh, that's tough because it's not about like Kawhi Leonard versus LeBron. Like to me, the Lakers will have an edge due to the fact that they got a better system, I believe, under the in the bids area. That's why I would want to give them the thumbs up. But to me, the Clippers have a more. I think they have more defense right now, and that's kind of the thing. It's hard. I think regular season wise, I think the Clippers have the higher record. But I think when it comes down to who actually advances in the playoffs, I think it comes down to matchup. I can't really give on who's going to the finals. For the favorite to go probably is the Clippers due to who all they got there. But at the end of the day, I think it comes down to matchup, depending on what the seed they get. Because at this point, it's too much. It's a lot of star power between both of them, and it's really kind of hard. Like I said, to me, the better defensive team would be the Clippers. But at the end of the day, LA, the Lakers have the bigs along with LeBron and a couple guys who can play 3 and D shooting. So it's more. And just look at the coaching.
Clippers got a clear advantage.
Yeah, Clippers got a clear advantage. So I think I had to lean towards them right now, but I'm not taking LA out of it quite.
I mean, no-brainer, man.
Drew, what you think, man?
I'm taking the Clippers all the way. I think that LeBron and AD are the more talented duo. I have to see Cousins fully come back because, Achilles are the worst injuries you can suffer for basketball. He came back last season, but he really wasn't the same boogie. The Clippers have a phenomenal duo in Kawhi and PG. They are deeper. They have Lou Will and Harrell coming off the bench, and that is huge for them. They battled the Warriors without a superstar last season, and now they got one good superstar and one I don't know. I don't know if I want to call Paul George a superstar, but he's
People
up there.
think he a top 10 player, man. I'm like, y'all blow.
I mean, I
They
don't know.
think
Man.
that a lot of people think he a top 10 player.
I don't think he should have been in the MVP race. I don't even know why they threw his name out there.
Well, he averaged 28 a game almost.
So,
Because
he's
Westbrook
not
was
an MVP
carrying him,
though,
but we
man.
couldn't give it to Westbrook because he was shooting so bad, so they gave it to Paul George.
Yeah.
That's what really happened.
But I'm going the Clippers, man. The Clippers are a way better defensive team. They are way deeper.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the Lakers got some good veterans on their team. You know, they re-signed Rondo. They brought back JaVale McGee. So they brought back some guys who have some championship experience. Doc has coached some of the best players to play in the league in the last 20 years. So I'm not going to discredit Doc. You know, Doc's got a lot of experience on his side. This should be a fun matchup. I don't think it's going to be a clean sweep, but I think the favorite should be the Clippers. I think that should be a no.
Before we move on, I have to.
J-Mo. I didn't get the chance to do my.
No, I said before that.
Okay.
I hear what I said. I said I have to. Jay Green has a list of top small forwards, and for some reason, Jason Tatum is number 4. Top small forwards in the NBA.
Hold on, I'm reading it. He doesn't have Giannis on there.
How is Tatum number 4?
I'm trying to. I don't know. I don't really consider a Siakam a small forward either. I really consider him a power
He's
forward.
a power forward. Yeah, Jay Green, you're gonna have to explain that.
There's no KD on the list either.
Right. I don't understand. No KD.
Okay,
No Giannis. I mean Jimmy Butler. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I just had to point that out because like that was crazy.
Okay, I want to talk. Okay, Battle of LA. Okay, you got a defensive team in the Clippers who got Patrick Beverly, who's one of the best on ball defenders. You know what I'm saying? Best defenders at the guard position. You got Kawhi, who's one of the best two-way players. You got Paul George, who's one of the best two-way players. Then you got Montrezl Harrell, who brings that energy off the bench, and we know that Mr. Luke gets nothing but buckets. He's the sixth man of the reigning sixth man of the year. So then you're going against a very, very talented AD who's definitely top 5 in the NBA when he's not injured. You got LeBron James, who's definitely one of the top players in the league. And then you're looking at what did they bring back? You know, you got young Kyle Kuzma, who averaged 18 last season. And then you got Boogie Cousins. Now, I'm going to go with the Lakers. I'm going to go with the Lakers because I think that a lot of people are disrespecting Boogie Cousins and not really giving him no credit. Boogie averaged 16 points last season and had 8 rebounds. And I think that that's pretty good for a guy that's the 4th option on the team. I think that was pretty good. And definitely, man, if Boogie Cousins decides to show up and he comes in healthy, the Clippers better watch out. Because if you're getting Boogie that can score 30-something or put up 50 on you and grab like 16, 17 rebounds, then you messing with a different type of Lakers team. Yeah. So I really think that the Lakers, I'm going to say bench-wise, the Lakers they got some guys on the bench that the IQ, like Rondo, their basketball IQ is pretty good. But I really don't see the guy on the bench that's going really be the guy that's going to come off the bench and score some buckets. So I think that's where the Clippers would have the edge at. But talented wise, LeBron James.
I mean, like, what team are you picking, man?
No, I already picked. I said the Lakers. I said the Lakers.
Okay.
I'm just breaking down the scenario. So I'm just saying, like, basically with the Lakers, I see Boogie and Kyle Kuzma, especially Kyle Kuzma, if he really is out there balling, man, then I'm gonna get an edge to the Lakers because I definitely think that those guys have an opportunity to do something special if they can put it all together. So I'm gonna go with the Lakers.
Okay. The Lakers. No, you said the Lakers.
No,
No, he said Clippers.
I
I
thought
said
you.
I said Clippers.
Yeah, I thought Noam said the Lakers.
No, I said the Clippers.
He said Clippers.
Okay,
Yeah,
well we
I
got
know.
two Clippers. I'm gonna go with the Lakers too. First of all, I got Jay Green says and Jason Tatum a baller. Kyrie messed up the chemistry, bro. I don't care if Jason Tatum is the next superstar. He is not the fourth best small forward in the NBA right now. Like,
Not now. He's not. No.
he says KD injured. I don't care if KD leg was broken in half. He's still better than Jason Tatum. Like, stop. And Giannis is a small forward. He just got tall, just like KD. I'm going with the Lakers. Now, I know people have a lot of hopes for Kyle Kuzma, but I think Boogie Cousins is going to come back in full force, and he's going to be a great player. And Kyle Kuzma, he's going to go into that fourth row, and they'll be using Boogie. Yeah. But the main reason is the playoffs. I know somebody I subscribe, I follow on Twitter. He says his little Twitter thing is who going to guard AD? And that's my question to everybody in the league.
Nobody ever said that too, Jay.
Who? And I don't think AD is a top 5 player because, like, it's some really good players now. But he's like top 7.
Only reason
he's like top 7.
I got him in top 5 because he can defend, block shots. AD can do it all.
Yeah, but then you compare him to other people in the top 5, and then that's when you be like, I don't know.
Yeah, AD, man, I got him up there, man, at least 5.
So, I mean, this is a sidetrack from my point, but that's LeBron, Kawhi, KD, Giannis, and Steph. So who are you taking out for AD? And I ain't even say Harden.
Okay, say those names again. You said LeBron,
KD, Kawhi, LeBron, Giannis, and Steph, and Harden.
I'll take Giannis out
for AD.
For AD, yeah, AD do a lot.
What?
Yeah, what?
Oh my God!
Come on!
All right, let me just talk about the Lakers and the Clippers.
Come on, man. You know he put up 59 on Drummond. Come on now. You know AD.
Giannis is the MVP, led his team to the Eastern Conference Finals, won 60 games, bro.
I know that.
AD ain't did none of that. Giannis didn't have Boogie Cousins.
I know, but I'm still saying Anthony
Davis. I don't know about that, man.
He's that talented, man. Anthony Davis is that talented. I
can't put him above Giannis. All right, that's your opinion, though.
It's all
good. So with the Lakers, it's the playoffs, man. You gave first of all, who gonna guard AD? Second of all, you gave LeBron James AD. Third of all, it's LeBron James, and I think people really forgot how good he is with that year off. And when I'm looking at the Clippers, I'm like, all right, you got Paul George. Is he reliable?
Ask Dame Dollar.
Exactly. So you got Paul George, you got George Paul, you got Kawhi. He's reliable if the team buys in. I trust Luke Will, and I do trust Montrezl Harrell. But after that, I like Beverly, but I really don't. He's an unknown for me. I know he's gonna play defense, though. I don't know what he's gonna give me offensively, but those are like 5 players that I trust. The best player of those players is Kawhi. So you look at the Lakers. Who do I trust? I trust Boogie. I trust Danny Green. I trust Rondo. I trust JaVale McGee. I trust LeBron James. I trust AD, and I trust Kuzma too. So we'll see what happens. But I just think if they face each other in the playoffs, the Lakers are gonna win because they don't have an answer for Anthony Davis, man.
Yeah,
and Kawhi is not gonna be able to like guard AD and shut him down like he did Giannis. And Giannis was playing by himself. He ain't had no other superstar.
And
he not gonna be able to do that with LeBron on the court. And you can't tell me Paul George can guard LeBron James. I'll believe it when I see it.
Hey, who is the Clippers power forward? Who's they starting power forward?
Montrezl Harrell.
Gotta guard AD.
Good night.
No, AD's to cause him a lot of problems.
And then you got DeMarcus. You still got Boogie.
Got Boogie playing.
People gotta remember Boogie. When you have an injury like that, you have to play for a full season before you can get back to whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you're gonna be. That's why Gordon Hayward is gonna be way better this year. And so will Boogie. Boogie, he just like you say, he averaged 16 points per game. He showed up in a couple games in the finals and was the reason why they won those games. Yeah. So I'm like, dog, Boogie's gonna be healthy. He already done lost 20 pounds. I'm like,
Yeah,
What if Boogie is giving you 19 a game? Like, what if he's Boogie? Maybe not at that level he was, but what if he's at least 70, 80% of what he was? Like, that's a problem. That's
a problem. That's what I said.
That's 3 stars on one team with Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green lying in wait.
And people in the media keep overlooking Boogie. Like, Boogie can't dance.
I don't know why, man.
Boogie,
like, he was not that bad last year.
I don't know how his dancing skills are.
Yeah,
he wasn't that bad last year though. That's all I'm saying is even when he played, he wasn't that bad.
That's pretty decent to be the fourth option. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but the thing about that though is he did a lot of standing at the perimeter and shot a lot more threes because they couldn't double them. When they were I'm not sure about the Lakers having floor spacing. I mean, they're not going to worry too much about LeBron at the perimeter. He can hit him every once in a while, especially when he's hot. AD can shoot threes, but again, he's not really that kind of like a lights out shooter where you have to worry about him. You'd rather have him shooting threes and working down low.
He can shoot
really.
I don't think you will leave AD or LeBron wide open.
Yeah, but
they both shoot 37%.
I'm not saying you're going to do that. I'm just saying you're not going to you don't have to worry about them like you did to Kevin Durant, a Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. All those guys, you really don't want them shooting jump shots. That's their thing. Because that's
playoff LeBron we talking about.
When LeBron's hot, you have to do it. But he's not hot all 82 games. So you really kind of want to force LeBron to do that. If you can make LeBron beat you by shooting jump shots, you got to live by it. That's the way you have to have LeBron beat you, shooting jump shots. Boogie's not going to have the same amount of floor spacing as he did in Golden State. He's going to have to work a little bit harder for his buckets.
I don't think so.
Teams are probably going to try to play big.
I completely disagree.
Yeah.
LeBron is floor spacing. And so is AD. I mean, because it's the Steph Curry besides LeBron James. Steph Curry creates the most space. After that, LeBron does. So he's not going to be getting double teamed. You got LeBron.
LeBron gonna be dropping them dimes off to him, man.
And you have AD. I don't know if they all on the court at the same time, but LeBron James is drawing all that attention that Curry would, and then AD draws the attention that a Klay or KD would wide open on the perimeter.
Yeah, because AD,
I think it'd be easier for him to score.
Because AD and LeBron, that pick and roll is gonna be nasty. That pick and roll is gonna be nasty.
They'll figure a way to work it out. But
because you look at Golden State, nobody facilitated the ball to Boogie. He usually just dribbled the ball up the court and did his own thing. But it wasn't nobody feeding him the rock like a LeBron or Rondo who he played with. Well, or Rondo would.
The Warriors move the ball around though. They don't really like it sticking around in one hand. It's going to be stuck in LeBron James's hand. LeBron's going to have to initiate the offense. Golden State, they moved the ball around. Draymond Green bought the ball up and initiated the offense. LeBron's going to be initiating the offense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be a different playing style. It's going to work. But the problem with it, LeBron, every time he gets a new team, it takes time for it to work.
Yeah, they struggle in the beginning.
It takes time for it to work. He gets it to click every once in a while. He gets it to click every time, but it takes some time to get it to click. It's not going to click right away. It's going to take some time. And
I think the same thing can be said for the Clippers because I'm not buying this. Everybody bought into the system and blah 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 blah. All I know is Lou Will was taking 800 shots a game, and now he about to be getting 100. We'll see how he deals with it when Paul George and Kawhi are both on the team taking the shots. How are Paul George and Kawhi going to just play together when they play the same position? Well, Paul George can play the 2, but he's really a 3.
Right.
Kawhi can play the 2, but he's really a 3.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that they're going to be as smoothly as they said, but I wanted to read a comment because Jay Green. Giannis isn't a power forward, but he has top 2 guards: James Harden, Bill Oladipo, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker. My brother. One day I want to talk to you and see what you be smoking on. CJ McCollum is definitely better than Oladipo, Donovan, and Devin Booker. I will definitely put him in the top 5 and take maybe Devin Booker out. But it's a lot of other 2 guys. I don't even like DeFrozen, but DeFrozen is you could put him above one of these 2 guys too. So, and I don't even like DeFrozen. But,
I don't know.
He has some of the numbers.
Gets overlooked because he's in Phoenix.
He gets overlooked because he's a choker, but DeFrozen can, give you 24, 25, play average defense. He's a baller. So and I love Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Y'all know it. Nomas know it. I love these guys, but
Book's top 5.
not. I don't know if they're that high. And if you consider Westbrook a point guard or a 2 guard, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
And then D'Lo, I don't know, but it's very interesting, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season, man. NBA it's definitely gonna be fun to be watching it this season because it's pretty much even and well round out this season.
LOL, Jay Green. I don't mean no harm or anything, man. It's just all fun. But yeah, man. CJ McCollum, low key to me, he number 2. I'm sorry. After Harden, CJ the best shooting guard in the league. Argue.
That's my guy, man.
I'm ready to argue.
Yeah,
let's have a debate. If you don't think CJ the second best shooting guard in the league, then who is?
Somebody would say Bradley Beal.
I love Bill, but you got to do it on the big stage.
Yeah,
and I love Bill, but yeah, like I mean, CJ out here saving Damian Lillard legacy, bro. But we ain't talking about it. It's cool, and I love Dame. There's no shots at Dame. I'm just telling y'all what's happening. But I guess we've been going on for 2 hours here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do some final thoughts. Noam, what's your final thoughts on the evening?
Yeah, again, sorry I'm late. No, I kind of sauced. But what it is, reason I don't know, like I said, they'll make the AFC in the East, but what it is, I try to be nice because I feel like the AFC in the East is always an oddball team sometimes. They probably shouldn't make it, but somehow they do. So that's kind of where I was going with that whole Knicks thing earlier. But yeah, I'll go like Pacers.
Don't back out of it now. You commit to it.
And
boy, you moonwalking better than Michael Jackson.
Anyway, man, it was good that I was able to come in on the show. I'm going to get y'all.
We'll see about that.
But thanks for having me on the show. We stay tuned for future episodes of Above the Rim with DSA. Please subscribe to all the DSA members, including the gentlemen that are next to me on this podcast. And subscribe to Nomas J if you still haven't lost faith in me. You
might want to check your sub account. You might have lost some with the Knicks pick there, dude.
Yeah, I hope not.
No, man, I kind of saved him. Like, you don't got the Pacers in the playoff. Like, I threw him a bone because I could have just let him roll with that.
But thank y'all, man. Join us on the round table tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a big show. So shout out to everybody and be blessed. Peace.
Appreciate you, Noam. Noble, final thoughts on the evening?
Yes, man. Thank you guys for having me on, man. Wonderful show on tonight, guys. Definitely, man. Check out the DSA Above the Rim here with you every Monday. And definitely, man, we're going to give you guys what you need talking about your Detroit Pistons and also the NBA. Definitely, man. I got some material that I'll be dropping, talking some more stuff about the Pistons and the Lions as well. Make sure you guys tune into the roundtable on tomorrow. It's going to be a doozy. Make sure you guys check in and tune into that. And after that, man, I don't have anything else to say, guys. It's on you.
313 Jim, final thoughts in the evening?
For the record, I don't hate Andre Drummond. I like him a lot. It's just, I'm willing to move him if the price is right, depending on if the situation is right. Me and Noble, when he brought up Willie Cauley-Stein, I didn't know what was going on. Like, that whole 5 minutes of the show, I was like, yo, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying, let's swap.
I'm like, how is that? Drake say they want to swap, but it's not an even swap or whatever he be saying, dog. Like,
it's not an even swap.
Like, it's not an even swap. But anyway, I think the Pistons are going to be a 6 seed. Hopefully, we can build and work. I like Bruce Brown, but I think he needs some work. And hopefully, it's Luke Kennard and Sekou starting. I know a lot of people rooting for Tony Snell to start, but
the Dwayne Casey fire thing coming.
Man, no, look.
He didn't say it this episode. Don't make him say it now.
See, you too late now.
Oh God, no! Thanks a lot. We're gonna be here another half an hour.
Let me tell you something. If Bruce Brown starting over Luke Kennard, Dwayne Casey needs to be fired, and I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
Alrighty. So that has been episode number 2 of Above the Rim with DSA. Thank you guys for coming out. We appreciate it. Only 44 likes, though. I'm kind of on the fence about that. We probably should have got those up a little bit higher, but it is what it is. Instagram, Twitter, in the description. Be sure to follow me there. All the fellers in the call right now have it, so be sure to follow them there. And speaking of all the fellows, all their links are in the description with every single member of the DSA, so be sure to subscribe and check all them out. We appreciate you guys for coming out and having fun with us. Great chat. You guys rock. We'll be live 8 o'clock Monday on Noble's channel. If something changes, I'll let you all know, but it should be there. So it should be a fun time. I know Noble's ready for it.
Facts.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, man. Make sure you subscribe to all of our channels, man.
And with that being said, that's all we got for you peeps. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.